From the Gloucester County Institute of Technology, the Gloucester County Educational Network, and Comcast Cable presents the Peach Bowl, the annual Gloucester County Swim Championships. Hello everybody, I'm Marc Narducci along with veteran coach Joe Pegues here for what looks like a coronation for Greenwood Park. Greenwood Park of Washington Township has won 4 straight of these Gloucester County Swim Championships. And first of all, Joe, I don't think there's going to be a lot of suspense. I mean, the Frogs are the favorite here tonight.
No, the drama will definitely not be for first place, but it should be very close for second, third, and fourth. So there should be a lot of very close individual races. But, as far as the team championship is concerned, it doesn't look to be much of a suspenseful evening for us here.
Now, Greenwood Park coming off a very big victory over Wedgwood last night, and that clinched the A-Division championship, the first one for the Frogs. Now, we talk about Greenwood Park. They have a lot of tremendous swimmers, and the one guy you have to first of all mention is Christian Sprang, who was at the Olympic trials this year.
He could be the best swimmer in the state of New Jersey at this point. He's outstanding, and everything he's gotten, he's earned. He works his tail off training, and he's got great. He's always had great technique, even since he was an 8 and under and a 9 and 10. But he's paid the price in training as well, and that's a lesson to be learned for younger kids. It's one thing to have talent; it's another thing to develop and nurture that talent into world-class competitive ability.
Of course, he'll be a senior at St. Augustine, where his coach at St. Augustine and at Greenwood Park is his brother Ryan Sprang, so he won't let him slack off. Now, we talk about some of the other teams. Sometimes they can be obscured by this great Greenwood Park team, but there's a lot of other talented clubs here that'll be battling for second place, probably.
Sure, the 3 teams that'll be in B Division next year: Greenfields, Whitman Square, and Brookside, who's moving up from C Division. They were very close last year for second place, and I have no idea who's going to take second this year. So, should be very, very tight.
Joe, you've been in a lot of these, and of course, the season will end in 2 weeks with the Tri-County Swim Championships. But you were telling me before the meet, a lot of people, this is their Super Bowl because of their familiarity with their opponents and everything.
Many kids get really, really excited to swim in this meet. They find it to be much more motivational than the Tri-County Swimming Championships. And it's a smaller venue, but it seems to be one that's more exciting. I guess the familiarity of the competition has a lot to do with it. You'd be swimming in close quarters with a lot of people you go to school with, a lot of people from rival teams. People that you see on a regular basis, and when you add in the other, the whole 36-team field in Tri-County, I guess it gets a little bit more impersonal for the kids, and they're a little less motivated.
So this is more like a backyard rivalry here, the Peach Bowl, the annual Gloucester County Swim Championships, and we'll be back for the beginning right after this timeout from the Gloucester County Institute of Technology.
The automotive industry needs 35,000 people annually to fill slots as automotive technicians. Starting salaries are about $30,000 a year. Master certified technicians are making more than $90,000 a year. This year, 25,000 students start their welding careers. The problem is twice as many are needed. Starting salaries are about $26,000 a year with a chance to make over $70,000. The Gloucester County Institute of Technology offers a comprehensive high school education with a focus on more than 15 career choices. GCIT, where the choice is yours.
And welcome back to the Gloucester County Swim Championships. Marc Narducci here along with Joe Pegues, and we're just about ready to start. We're going to start out with the girls 12 and under IM, 100-meter IM. In lane 1, it'll be Joanne Polero from Peachwood, 2, Amanda Pegues from Greenfields, 3, Brianna Shea, Whitman Square, 4, Catherine Wood, Greenwood Park, 5, Casey Ciampoli, Raccoon Valley, 6, Sydney Burns, Winona, and 7, Alyssa Doring from Brookside. Joe, just to recap, talk about the lanes and the seedings and everything.
Well, it's a pyramid seeding. The top seed's going to be in lane 4. Second seed's lane 5, and then 3 is third, 6 is fourth, 2 is your 5th seed, 7 is your 6th seed, lane 1 is your 7th seed, and lane 8 is your 8th seed. And you understand the philosophy behind that, Mark? Less waves in the middle of the pool.
There you go. Joe, the other thing is, again, it seems in the past, if these seedings don't hold true sometimes, it's usually in the relays. A lot of the times you're going to see the 4 and 5 people really going for first place.
Absolutely. Well, sometimes, remember that all the times registered here were after the 4th week of the season, and they've had a meet yesterday, or a meet on Saturday. Greenwood Park had a meet yesterday. And usually it's your last chance, and the times come down a lot. So the times on the paper aren't always indicative of the times that we're going to see today. Plus, as we pointed out, with the motivational factor of swimming against all the other Gloucester County kids, sometimes you get the big drops here. So, just keep an eye out on all the lanes, and we'll see what happens.
Now, last year, Greenwood Park was the winner with 722.5 points. Whitman Square was second at 580. Greenfield's third at 537. Brookside fourth at 512. Raccoon Valley fifth, 466. Winona sixth, 425. Gibbstown 7, 285. And Peachwood 8, 259. And what that scoring shows, Joe, even the 8th place team did a lot of scoring.
Oh, absolutely. Well, as long as you finish and you don't get disqualified, you're going to score some points. Let me look up the scoring rubric here. I think it's 9, 7, 6, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 scoring. But I have to make sure. And then the relays are going to be double that. See if they have it here in the book. That's usually your 8th place scoring rubric. So then, it's 18, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2.
That's doing some quick math in your head.
Well,
there.
If I am an English teacher, but basic mathematical computation skills have not left me, even though I haven't been in high school for a long time.
By the way, the meet record in this girls 12 and under 100 IM was just set last year by Alyssa McCourt of Winona in a time of 1:12:20, and they are off. Again, the top seed is in lane number 4, Catherine Wood from Greenwood Park, and she is out in front in the green cap there in lane 4, being battled to her left by Ciampoli in lane number 5.
Well, you'll notice that Catherine Wood is the top seed in Tri-County in this event with a 1:15. So it's neat when somebody comes and gives a challenge, especially when you get the suburban kids and the Tri-County kids get a chance to compete against one another, but they will never have an opportunity to do so in the dual meet season. That's the real unique thing about the Gloucester County meet. The Cherry Bowl and the Burlington County meet, those are exclusively Tri-County events. One of the neat things about this meet is that it involves all the teams in Gloucester County, including the suburban team.
Catherine Wood in lane number 4 has a slight lead over Ciampoli in 5.
Ciampoli's putting a nice move on it, though. We'll see what happens here in the last leg.
Brianna Shea in lane number 3 is third, and right now it's Wood in 4 as they go to the freestyle in the final 25. It's Wood in 4 by half a body length. Ciampoli in 5, though, battling her there. Wood in 4, could she hold her off? It is Wood who will be your winner.
She won by, 11 100ths of a second.
Ciampoli is second, and in lane number 3, finishing third, is Brianna Shea. 1:12:69, not that much off the record of 1:12:20.
Yeah, it's fast swimming for both of them. They both came down a lot from their seed times. They're both 4 seconds off their seed times, or 3 for Catherine.
So now we go to the boys 12 and under 100 IM in lane 2, Shane Tubb, Raccoon Valley, 3, Benjamin Vessels, Greenwood Park, 4, Jacob Clavens, Whitman Square, 5, Michael Salvador, Brookside, 6, Julian Dory, Greenfields, and 7 is Tim Seagich of Peachwood. And Joe mentioned that the Tri-County schools and the Tri-County teams and the Suburban League teams swimming together, the only meet that we know of that does this.
Absolutely. And it's kind of interesting because the 15A teams do some different events, and, they have to sort of approximate times or put in no time. So, sometimes somebody who's seated with a no time could actually be a really fast kid, but they're not doing a 200 IM, for instance, for 15-18 boys. So they just have to, they get the outside lane. But and a lot of times that's sometimes where you see a big drop when a suburban team doesn't have an event in their league that is, because this is the schedule of events for the Tri-County League.
Steve Burke of Greenwood Park has the record. That was set back in 1983, 1:12:06. Touching first on the fly was in lane number 5, Michael Salvador from Brookside, and he's in your lead right now in the backstroke with the blue cap. In fact, Salvador has a pretty commanding lead, as he'll be your leader in the first 50 meters here in 100 IM.
Vessels from Greenwood Park is second right now also, and if he's got a good breaststroke, he could put a charge on as well.
And making a big move was Vessels, just as you talked about, Joe, in the green cap here in lane number 3. He's still in second place. Salvador in the blue cap in lane number 5 is in first, but Vessels keeping very good pace in this breaststroke.
Yeah, it's a strong breaststroke like for Benjamin Vessels, absolutely. He's going to touch first. We'll see if he can hold off Salvador in the freestyle, but has a nice swim for him.
So it will be Vessels, who had about a half a body length lead on the freestyle.
Yeah,
he's ahead in lane number 3.
Got it.
It's Vessels in 3, but coming on strong is Salvador in lane number 5. Vessels still your leader. With about 8 meters to go, it's Vessels in lane number 3, and Vessels is going to be your Gloucester County champion. Salvador second. They're still battling for third, and in lane number 4 is Clavens, and he will touch up first.
Well, if times mean anything, that was a 7-second drop for Benjamin Vessels right there. I don't know what he did last night, if he swam it against Wedgwood or not, but that's certainly a very impressive time drop and a great swim. He won that in the breaststroke leg.
1:22.62 for him. And you're right, that's quite a drop, which we'll see a lot, won't we, Joe? We'll see a lot tonight.
Absolutely.
Moving on now to the girls, 13-14 100 IM. In lane number 1, Ashley Beatty, Peachwood 2, Bridget Bergen, Brookside 3, Elena Lombardi, Gibbstown 4, Erin McCourt, Greenwood Park 5, Emily Torek, Whitman Square 6, Catherine Hill, Greenfields, and 7 is Julia Cactus from Raccoon Valley. The record setter is the former Olympic trials participant Heather Meng from Whitman Square, set in 99, 108.31.
Former, I believe she went back again this year, didn't she?
That's true. And as we're going out again, it's lanes 4 and 5 as we see a lot of that. Emily Torek from Whitman Square in 5, touched up first. There's no backstroke. Doing a great job in lane number 7 is Julia Cactus from Raccoon Valley. And also in lane number 4, your top seed, McCourt. She's going to touch up first in the first 50 meters as they go to the breaststroke.
And McCourt's a very solid breaststroker. We'll see what happens here, but she should be able to put the field away here.
1:16.90 was her seed time in here, but again,
Torek's not going away. She's actually got a real strong, classic breaststroke, real low in the water. It's anybody's race still.
So it's going to be touching up first was McCourt, but as Joe mentioned, in lane number 5 to her right, in the white cap, is Torek. It's McCourt by less than half a body length in lane number 4. Your top seed, it's McCourt. Can she hold off Torek? McCourt coming in, and she is going to be your Gloucester County champion. Torek is number 2. Now the battle for number 3, and Lombardi in lane number 3. Can she make it? And she will.
Yeah, McCourt had a 3-second drop, and Torek came down to a 14.0. That's almost a 4-second drop for her. That's very impressive.
1:13 for your winner, Erin McCourt from Greenwood Park. And as we talk about Greenwood Park, continue to piling up those points. Boys 13-14 100 IM.
That's going to be a trend today, Mark.
Yeah. In lane number 1, Ian Campbell, Winona. 3, David Trail, Greenwood Park. 4, Michael Saltiel, Brookside. 5, Billy DeMarco, Whitman Square. 6, Matthew Winslow, Raccoon Valley. And 7, Christopher Mishak of Greenfields.
If seed times mean anything here, Saltiel is up by almost 8 seconds. He is the 10th seed in Tri-County after the 4th week, and we'll see whether these seeds hold up, but he looks pretty solid out of the blocks.
And the record holder is the coach of Greenwood Park, Ryan Sprang, who set the record in 1995, 105.5. Michael Saltiel in lane number 4 has a pretty commanding lead in the backstroke here as we get to the midway point. There he is. He'll be touching up first. Saltiel on a time of 31.1 in that split. A big lead. And Joe, this is no surprise when you look at the seed times.
Yeah, usually the seed times don't lie. If somebody's ahead by that much, they should win pretty comfortably. But as we said, usually expect some pretty big time drops here. So there's usually there's a lot of different motivations going on here, but most of them are strong.
So Saltiel of Brookside is just racing against the clock right now, and he finishes up as your winner, 109 even. In number 2 from lane 3 is Trail. And in lane number 5 coming up, Billy DeMarco from Whitman Square, and he'll hold on for 3rd place. So your top seed, Michael Saltiel of Brookside, is your winner. So that'll bring us to event number 5, and that'll be the girls 15 to 18 100 IM. In 1, Grace Tobin, Whitman Square. 2, Amanda Caher, Peachwood. 3, Skylar Lindsay, Raccoon Valley. 4, Megan McCourt, Greenwood Park. 5, Kerry Choplin, Greenfields. 6, Michelle Wesh, Brookside. And 7, Krista Fleger of Gibbstown. Allison Bretherick of Winona, your record setter. That was in 2001 in a time of 106.97.
There's your first false start of the day. Just in case people are having trouble reading the numbers, closest to us on the TV screen would be lane 1, and farthest away is lane 8.
And they're off. Not much distinguishing the field right now in the butterfly. In fact, in lane number 6 doing a nice job, Michelle Wesh of Brookside.
Oh, she's an awesome butterfly. She's very solid. She and Kerry Choplin should have a real good race. They're always duking it out between the two of them.
With Megan McCourt in lane number 4, your top seed is going to touch first after the first 50 meters as we go to the breaststroke.
Nice backstroke leg by Kerry Choplin there.
McCourt improving her lead right now. Time of 32.3 in the first 50 meters. And McCourt is now starting to pull away as we go to the final 25 of freestyle.
Well, she's a quality breaststroker. She really is. I'm not surprised.
Again, her seed time was almost 3 seconds higher than any of her competitors. And this is going to be McCourt. And now the battle is for second place. In lane number 5 is Choplin, has a short lead, and it will be Choplin. And doing a great job in lane number 6 is Michelle West from Brookside, finishing 3rd. But your Gloucester County champion is Megan McCourt.
Yeah, nice drop from Michelle West there and Kerry Choplin. I think they really motivate one another very well when they swim against one another. So I'm not surprised that they both had a good drop there.
108.85 for Megan McCourt. As we now go to the boys 15 to 18 200 IM.
Also known as the Christian Sprang Show.
In lane number 1, Dominic DeCastro, Peachwood. 2, Thomas Power, Whitman Square. 3, John Saltiel, Brookside. 4, there's that name, Christian Sprang, Greenwood Park. 5, Michael Mishik, Greenfields. 6, Ryan Gorski, Winona. And 7, Connor Borick, Raccoon Valley.
This is a strong field with Saltiel, Mishik, and Gorski. As well as Christian Sprang. Christian's such a beautiful swimmer. He's got such good technique.
Well, you don't see a lot of people who just went to the Olympic trials this summer and are back here swimming.
Well, it helps that your brother's the coach of your team, too. That might perhaps help his motivation to stay with the squad.
That's nice that he gives back to Tri-County. The Sprang family for years has been a key figure in Tri-County swimming. As Christian Sprang easily in the first 50 meters, and now they're in the backstroke.
He's out at 27.7. Nobody else went out under 30, so he's 3 seconds up on the field right now.
Now the record, by the way, was set in 2002 by Eric Brumberger, Greenwood Park, 2:04.47.
That should be safe today, but Christian should probably go under 2:10. Right now he's the second seed in Tri-County behind Mark Nyman, but only by about a tenth of a second. I hope the two of them swim that at Tri-County. I'd love to watch that race.
Sprang very convincingly at the midway point of the race, 1:01.63 his time.
What's a 34 split in backstroke?
Which, by the way, Joe, maybe he's thinking getting Brumberg's record here? We'll have to see.
Well, as I suspected, if he's at 2:13 in his seed time, it would mean you have to drop 9 seconds. And that's a lot. I mean, when you're first starting, you can usually drop a whole lot of time, but when you get to be really good, a half second is a lot of a drop. So, as I said, I think he'll probably go under 2:10. But I'd be very surprised if he's under a 2:05.
And there's the other thing about Christian Sprang. No one really pushing him either, so that might have something to do with his time. But he has 50 more freestyle to go. And again, the battle in this one is for second place. In lane number 5, touching up there is Mishik of Greenfields.
When I watch out for Gorski, he's a distance freestyler. He should be able to come back on the pack. But Mishik's had a good, strong race here.
So Christian Sprang is coasting to the victory here.
Yeah, he should be about a 2:11, 2:12.
And just as you said it, Joe, 2:12.46. So now the battle is for second place, and in lane number 5 is Mishik for Greenfields, swimming a tremendous race.
Great leg by Michael Mishik to put those guys away, because they're both strong freestylers, Saltiel and Gorski.
And in lane number 6, Gorski came on strong for third place, Ryan Gorski of Winona. So your winner, Christian Sprang. And the other thing, Joe, he's only a 17-year-old. He has another year.
Absolutely. And now we're going to crank up the relays.
The relay is always a fun part of this, and they go obviously very quickly. The first one that we're going to have is the girls 8 and under 100 medley relay.
I'll be paying particularly close attention to this one, if you don't mind.
Maybe a few family members?
You might suspect that, yeah. Look for that backstroker from Greenfields.
It'll be Winona in lane 1, Brookside in 2, Raccoon Valley 3, Greenwood Park 4, that Greenfields team that Joe talked about 5, Whitman Square 6, Gibbstown 7, and Peachwood in lane number 8.
Now, if you hear the rustling of papers next to me, that's I've got relay names from all the different clubs, but they're not on one sheet of paper, so I'm going to have to be whipping through these as quickly as I can. The top seed is Greenwood Park. You're looking at Brooke Liberto, Julia Peterson, Emily Schenk, and Emma Vessels.
And Greenwood Park, your top seed by a little more than 3 seconds.
They're also the second seed in Tri-County, right behind Greenwood Park, right behind Pheasant Run.
And they are off. And with these youngsters, the 8 and unders, a lot doesn't separate them. But look at Greenwood Park in lane number 4, and also doing an outstanding job in lane number 2 is Brookside. But Greenwood Park will touch up first on the backstroke.
Yeah, Brookside's backstroker is Brittany Bays. It's a very nice swim for her.
Now in the breaststroke, Greenwood Park again in the green caps. Again on your television, the lanes closest to your lane 1, lane 8, the one further away. Greenwood Park opening up a pretty sizable lead.
Watch out for Greenfields though, they're coming on. Sarah Berg there, nice swim.
Greenwood Park in the lead, and as Joe just mentioned, Greenfields in lane number 5 is making up some serious ground. Also in lane number 3, Raccoon Valley in the white cap. Greenfields continues to come on and has really made up some ground as we get to the final 25 meters.
Trying to find Raccoon Valley's Julia Cotlia, Abby Clementi, Tori Straga, and Hannah Keeler.
And we're in lane number 4. Greenwood Park still holds the lead, and Greenwood Park is starting to pull away. It'll be Greenwood Park, and now the battle's going to be for second place as Greenwood Park is your winner. In lane number 5, Greenfields takes second place, and in lane number 3, it's Raccoon Valley. A great job by Greenwood Park in a time of 1:27.87.
Strong freestyle leg for Emma Vessels, the freestyler for Greenwood Park there. Very, very strong. The butterflyer for Greenfields. Elise Sullivan did a very, very nice job to make that close, but Emma was just too much for Carolyn Otten.
You're right, Sullivan made up some serious ground and made that final 25 exciting.
Yeah, she's dropped a lot this summer. She's going to have an exciting championship season, I think.
That'll bring us to the boys, 8 and under 100 medley relay in 1. Raccoon Valley, 2 Brookside, 3 Winona, 4 your top seed Whitman Square, 5 Greenfield, 6 Peachwood, 7 Greenwood Park, and 8 Gibbstown. And Whitman Square has a pretty sizable seed time of 1:36.62.
Yeah, they got a 5-second lead on Greenfields right now. Whitman Square is the 7th seed in Tri-County. Greenfields is the 9th. Winona is the 10th seed, so that should be a very close race between Greenfields and Winona. And we'll see how Whitman Square holds on. I know in the dual meet it was pretty close between Greenfields and Whitman Square.
Shows pretty good depth when you can get three in the top 10 in Tri-County.
Absolutely. Gloucester County Swimming is on the move.
And they're off. It looked like the top seed in lane number 4, Greenwood Park, stumbled out a little bit, but still.
Whitman Square in lane 4. It was a great start by Derek Harper in lane 5.
Whitman Square, yeah.
It wasn't so much that he had a bad start, as that Derek in lane 5 had a really good one.
And Greenfields in lane number 5 is going to touch up first in the backstroke. So you have Greenfields in 5. Right next is lane number 4, Whitman Square, the top seed, and they're basically the 2 going, but coming on strong in lane number 2 right now is Brookside. Brookside really making a move in lane number 2, and now in lane number 5, it's Greenfields, and Greenfields is going to touch up first in the first 50 meters.
It's a great swim by David Atkinson from Greenfields.
Greenfield's in the lead in the butterfly, but Whitman Square making up a little bit of ground, but Greenfield's still holding off. It's Greenfield's by more than a half a body length.
Yeah, Brian Dockery, the butterfly from Whitman Square, is pulling up.
So in lane number 5, Greenfield's in the lead, but making up some ground now in the freestyle is Whitman Square.
It's really close.
Whitman Square making up some ground, but Greenfield's still holding off. It's Greenfield's in 5, Whitman Square in 4. 8 meters to go. Can he hold them off? It's Greenfields, and Greenfields with the upset. Greenfields is your winner. Whitman Square is second, and Winona will come in third. And the crowd a little excited over that.
Well, we happen to be sitting near the Greenfields, folks. But that was a great relay for Greenfields. Wesley Ty got handed the lead and stretched it out a little bit. It was very nice. The second place team was Lacavera, Whalen, Doherty, and Siegel for Whitman Square.
1:35.39 your time.
Nice drop for Greenfields there. I think the key was their breaststroker. Well, you know, Derek Harper, the backstroker, had a real good swim there.
Well, the girls 9 and 10, 100 medley relay in 1 Peachwood, 2 Winona, 3 Brookside, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Greenfields, 6 Gibbstown, 7 Raccoon Valley, and 8 Whitman Square.
This should also be very close. Right now, Greenwood Park is the 8th seed in Tri-County. Greenfields is the 11th, and Brookside's the 12th. So, look for a dogfight here.
About 1 second difference, Joe, in the seed times for Greenwood Park and Greenfield. So you're right. Anything could happen on this one.
And the key is going to be who gets it started right in backstroke, I think. Backstroker for Greenwood Park is Aaron Malone. Looks like Sarah Moore for Greenfields. And lane 3 is Brookside. That'd be Carissa Banks. So let's see who's leading after the first leg.
So it looks like, and we've had a few of them so far, it looks like a possible Greenwood Park Greenfields duel once again here in this relay.
Well, Greenfields has really strong little kids right now. Their 8 numbers and the 9 and 10s are really where they're building their program right now.
Wow, doing a nice job in lane number 7 is Raccoon Valley, all the way out there in the blue cap. But
that'd be Allie Winslow as their backstroker. Oops, no, that's a free relay. Hold on.
It's going to be Greenwood Park touching up first. It's Greenwood Park in lane 4, followed to the right by Greenfields, and still hanging in there in lane number 7 is Raccoon Valley, and also coming on strong in lane number 3 is Brookside.
Backstroker for Raccoon Valley was Allie Bennett. That's Emily Berg, who just took the lead for Greenfield. She's handing off to Catherine Zane. The butterflyer for Greenwood Park is Shannon McHugh.
So Greenfield's in lane number 5 as we're in the fly, in the lead. Greenwood Park trying to get back into it, but Greenfields is pulling away.
It's going to be close. It's Juliana Ardeer, and she's racing against Erica Vance. Great start by Ardeer, but Vance had an even better one. Looks like it's going to be Vance.
Wow, Greenwood Park made up a sizable time in this freestyle relay. It's Greenwood Park in 4 still. Greenfields in 5 with a slight lead. Can Greenfields hold on? Greenwood Park coming on, but it's Greenfields, and it will be Greenfields your winner. Greenwood Park second, in lane number 3, Brookside third.
Terrific swim for Greenfields there. Juliana Ardeer, she felt the heat and she pushed off. It was nice. You know, Erica Vance had a great start and pulled right up to, pretty much even with Juliana Ardeer there. But Juliana used her kick and she got up on top of the water and she pulled away there. Great relay for both teams.
119 even, and Greenfields has pulled off a couple of very impressive relays here. As we go to event number 10, the boys 9-10 100 medley relay. In 1, Raccoon Valley, 2, Gibbstown, 3, Greenwood Park, 4, Brookside, 5, Greenfields, 6, Whitman Square, 7, Peachwood, and 8, Winona. And Winona holds the record of 113.6. That was set in 1997.
All right, Brookside's their top seed. Their backstroker would be Connor Hornenbrook. And Nick Baud is the backstroker for Greenfields and Greenwood Park. If I flip a page here, it would be Sal Liberto. So look for Sal Liberto. He's one of the top seeds in Tri-County to be probably, look for Greenwood Park to be on the lead right now.
Sal Liberto is one of the premier swimmers in Tri-County, and one of the reasons the Greenwood Park team has enjoyed so much success.
And watch him go.
Liberto's in lane 3, and as Joe said, the team that starts out with a good backstroke really gets it going, and Liberto is holding form, and in lane 3, he's going to touch up first in the first 25.
Well, it really helps to have a lead in relays because otherwise, you know, the other teams are diving in next to you and you get a whole lot of waves and everything. Open water means a lot in relays.
Greenwood Park in your lead, but coming on strong is Brookside, and also in lane 5 is Greenfields. Brookside trying to make up the gap, but it's still going to be Greenwood Park as we get to the first 50 meters. Greenwood Park in the lead, but Brookside has made up some ground.
Nice swim by Robbie Goldschmidt for Greenwood Park, and also Tyler Saltiel for Brookside.
Greenwood Park in the lead, but Brookside to the left is coming on strong. Also doing a nice job in lane 6 is Whitman Square. It's Greenwood Park, but Brookside is just about in a virtual dead heat as we go to the final 25 of freestyle. It's
lane
still
3 is going to be Kyle Hill, and Jacob Chandler's in lane 4, and it's Chandler.
Brookside is taking the lead now in lane 4, and it's going to be Brookside. Brookside is going to be your Gloucester County winner. Second place is Greenwood Park, and coming on strong is Greenfields for third.
In the back end of Greenfield's relay there, Brendan Davis and Timmy Edison pulled them right back to where they needed to be and got their time back to where they should be.
118.36 for winning Brookside Dolphins.
That's a 2-second drop right there.
And
at least off the 4th week.
That's right. And that'll bring up the girls 11 and 12 200 medley relay. 1 Peachwood, 2 Brookside, 3 Greenwood Park, 4 Raccoon Valley, 5 Whitman Square, 6 Greenfields, and 7 Winona.
All right, the top-seeded Raccoon Valley team will be Callie Bennett, Kelly Alpon, Carolyn Loudermilk, and Cassie Giampoli, I believe. Have to read the coaches' writing on some of them. Some people gave me typed sheets, other people hand wrote them for me, but I would like to personally thank all the coaches for getting these relay names to me.
Absolutely.
The kids like to hear their names on TV.
Greenfields holds the record in this relay in 95 with a 2:16.20, and unless any of these teams have just a very serious drop in time, that record should stay intact.
Lane 6, Lizzie Dalsey from Greenfields has a real good race going right now. She's first or second at the wall. Lane 2 is Brookside, and their backstroker is Sarah Herman.
Yeah, Dalsey in lane number 6, but now coming on in lane number 4 is Raccoon Valley. It's Greenfields in 6, Raccoon Valley, and Greenfields is going to touch first after the backstroke.
She hands off to Haley Rodak from Greenfields, the breaststroker, and Whitman Square is right in the middle of everything too.
Well, Whitman Square is in lane number 5. It's still Greenfields in the lead, and also coming on strong is Brookside in lane number 2, but it will be Greenfields in lane number 6 touching first as we go to the final.
Great pull out for Haley Rodak there. Great pull out. Brianna Shea is the breaststroker for Whitman Square right now, and lane 2's got a real good swim going right now, Brookside.
So we're getting to the midway point, and it will be Greenfields touching first. And it's time of 1:17:31.
All right, right now in the water for Greenfields is Christine Zane, and the butterflyer for Raccoon Valley is Caroline Laudermilk, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow,
And
Raccoon
she's
Valley.
very solid.
Raccoon Valley made up some serious ground on this butterfly. Greenfields turned first, but Raccoon Valley is now in the lead slightly. It's Raccoon Valley in lane number 4. Greenfields in lane number 6. Coming on hard in lane number 5 is Whitman Square, but it's Raccoon Valley that'll touch first with the final 50 meters of freestyle.
Great swim by Kelly Malloy for Greenwood Park. Actually pulled him up second there in lane 3.
Greenwood Park is second, but Raccoon Valley is now opening up a pretty wide lead as we get to the final 25 of 3.
That was all Laudermilk and butterfly. That was awesome.
That's Raccoon Valley in lane number 4. Not going to be challenged for the win. Now the battle is for second place. So the Raccoon Valley is going to be your winner in lane number 4. In lane number 3 is Greenwood Park. Whitman Square in 5. Who will touch first? It's Whitman Square gets second place.
Freestyle from Whitman Square had a great leg. That was Amanda Harvey. She just pulled out that second place for Whitman Square. That was outstanding.
Raccoon Valley in a time of 2:23:45. Another big drop, Joe.
Absolutely. Let's see where everybody ended up. 2:30 was Whitman Square beforehand. They're 2:28. Another 2:28. That's a 3-second drop for Greenwood Park. Greenfields dropped down 2 seconds. That's another nice relay for everybody.
Boys 11 and 12, 200 medley relay. In lane number 2, Raccoon Valley, 3 Greenfields, 4 Brookside, 5 Greenwood Park, 6 Whitman Square, and 7 Peachwood. And these seed times could not be much closer between Brookside and Greenwood Park.
All right, the 4 in the water for Brookside are Mark Saltiel, Cameron Edwards, Robert Mealy, and Kyle Banks. And Greenwood Park's foursome will be Pat Malone, Brett Peterson, Dylan McHugh, and Steve Gibson.
Greenwood Park will touch up first. Brookside seed time 2:30.14. Greenwood Park seed time 2:30.16. Not a whole lot separating those two.
Saltiel's in the lead right now. Second is Kevin Savage from Greenfields out in lane 3.
So it'll be Greenwood Park touching up first in lane number 5. It's Greenwood Park in lane number 5, pulling away a little bit in this breaststroke.
Yeah, Malone's backstroke swim was strong, but so was Peterson's breaststroke. Looks good, but the breaststroker for Brookside right now, that's Cameron Edwards, seems to be even in the score right now. He should be pretty much up to his hips by the time he gets done.
I'll tell you, he made a great turn that time, and Brookside has really made up some ground. It is still Greenwood Park in lane number 5 as we get to the midway point, but Brookside will touch just behind in second place. And just as the seed time suggests, these are the two teams that are going to go at it as we're now into the third leg of into the butterfly. It's still in lane number 5, Greenwood Park, and Greenwood Park having a very strong fly.
That would be none other than Dylan McHugh, and he's racing Robert Mealy. Freestyle will be Banks for Brookside in lane 4, and Gibson for Greenwood Park in lane 5.
Greenwood Park by almost a body length in the final 50 meters of freestyle. It's Greenwood Park in lane number 5, your leader, Brookside 4. It's just going to be a battle between these two, just as the seed time suggested. Greenwood Park will touch up first in the final, as the final 25 meters. Great turn that time, though, by Brookside. Brookside has made up some serious ground.
It's going to be close.
It's still Greenwood Park in the lead, but Brookside coming on strong.
It's going to be Brookside.
It's Greenwood Park in the lead, but now Brookside is taking over. Brookside is going to touch up first and be your Gloucester County champion. Wow, what a final 25 meters.
Animal swim for Kyle Banks, really riding that wall nicely and bringing it home.
Brookside's time 2:24.77. Greenwood Park 2:25.17.
That's a 5-second drop for both of them.
Now bring up the girls 13-14 200 medley relay. In lane number 2, Raccoon Valley, 3 Brookside, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Whitman Square, 6 Greenfields, and 7 is Peachwood.
This pretty much should be the Greenwood Park show. They are the top seed in Tri-County. Whitman Square is 4th. They've got a good squad, but the class of Tri-County right now is the Greenwood Park Frogs. Their group would be Carly Misowitz, Alyssa McCourt, Laura Hahn, and Elise Blaschke. I've brought out the stopwatch. We'll get splits on the Greenwood Park kids.
By the way, the meet record was set just in 2002 by Winona, 2:11.52, and Greenwood Park seed time of 2:13.12. You never know. Right now in the butterfly, getting a very strong swim is Whitman Square in lane number 5.
Whitman Square gave me this like 2-foot by 3-foot piece of paper, so I'll look it up. That's Andrea Castiglione.
I'll tell you what, though. Greenwood Park made up some headway on that turn, and it's Greenwood Park in lane number 4, just a very slightly neck and neck with Whitman Square. Greenwood Park touches first.
On the board, she's a 32.0, and I had a 31.9, so we'll see what happens. My times from here on in are unofficial and not electronically recorded.
Greenwood Park pulling away a little bit here.
Not a little. It's a nice swim going on right now for Alyssa McCourt, and no wonder.
In the breaststroke, McCourt by more than a body length lead as we'll get to the midway point here. That's split time for Greenwood Park, 1:07.44.
That would be a 35.2. Not too shabby. A lot of people don't have freestyles that can go 35. That's breaststroke.
Greenwood Park, a commanding lead right now, and now we're going to have to maybe be racing against the clock. Although Whitman Square staying within range in lane number 5.
Noonan. It's Jamie Noonan. Great technique, very strong.
So it'll be Greenwood Park with the lead in the final 50 of free. Whitman Square second, nobody else challenging.
As I said, they're the 1st and 4th seeds in Tri-County right now. It's Kelsey Eastman in the water right now for Whitman Square, but walking away with the prize right now is Elise Blaschke.
Now let's see if Blaschke can help Greenwood Park possibly get a Tri-County record. They're racing against the clock. It's going to be Greenwood Park, your champion, and in a time of 2:09.86, and that's a record. Whew. A new Tri-County record by Greenwood Park. Whitman Square at 2:12.68.
I'm not sure what the Tri-County record is. That's a meet record. That's a Gloucester County
record. I have to get out of that mode. You're right.
Either way, it's fast. I don't think the Tri-County record's much faster than a 2:09. That's an ungodly fast relay for 13, 14 girls.
So that was our first Gloucester County record that we had tonight.
I believe that's correct. It's also a great swim for Whitman Square, getting down to a 2:12 from a 2:15. They made a pretty strong statement there as well.
Boys 13-14, 200 medley relay. In 1 Peachwood, 2 Winona, 3 Brookside, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Whitman Square, 6 Greenfields, and 7 is Raccoon Valley. Greenwood Park holds the record of 2:02.3 set in 1999.
All right, Greenwood Park's team is Joyce, McHugh, Wall, and Malone. And Brookside's team is Bauer, Williams, Saltiel, and Chandler.
Well, Joe, if we go by the seed times, this one should be no contest. Greenwood Park with a seed time of 2:03.55. Whitman Square second at a 2:15.65.
It's a great swim out in lane 2. That's that'll be Winona. I believe probably is Matt Kramer's their backstroke from Winona.
And we'll have to see if Greenwood Park can go toward a record here. As we said, a seat time of 2:03.55, the record 2:02.30. Greenwood Park not being challenged, but as you mentioned, Winona in lane number 2 doing a pretty nice job hanging in there, but Greenwood Park leading convincingly at the midway point.
Breaststroker for Greenwood Park just scored a 33.6 on my watch, and that'll be Brendan McHugh. He just handed off to Chris Wall.
1:02.93 was your time for the midway point for Greenwood Park. We just saw our first Gloucester County record. We'll see if we get our second here.
Good race for second right now. It's going to be really tight between the all 3 teams right now.
I'll tell you, Winona doing a nice job for second place in lane number 2, but it's now Greenwood Park, 1:33.34, heading into the freestyle.
Butterfly was a 30.4, and Butterfly for Whitman just had a real nice swim. That should have been Rob Smith, and he handed off to Ricky Meng.
Greenwood Park now racing against the clock. It could get a record here. Greenwood Park going to win the event. We'll see if they get the record at 2:02 minutes 53, setting a new Gloucester County record, our second in a row.
Freestyler split at 27.0.
Whitman Square finishing up in second place. Now there's a nice battle for third. Brookside in lane number 3 will take it.
Impressive anchor leg by Billy Malone there for Greenwood Park.
So our second consecutive Gloucester County record, both coming by the relay teams of Greenwood Park.
We could get 3 in a row here. They're very close to the record, and they got an all-star squad. Greenwood Park's 15-18 girls are awesome. McAllister is backstroke, Mandy Krieger is breaststroke, Cassie Krieger is butterfly, and Kelly O'Hara is their freestyler. I'd stack those 4 up against anybody in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah, girls 15-18, 200 medley relay, 1 Gibbstown, 2 Whitman Square, 3 Raccoon Valley, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Greenfield, 6 Brookside, and 7 is Peachwood. That seed time, 2:07.68, Joe, and as you said, they're very close to the record of 2:07.52, which was set in 2000 by Whitman Square, but getting out really well here is Greenfield's in the first 25 meters of backstroke.
Mary Chu's putting a nice move on Stephanie McAllister there. Great swim from Mary. She usually comes up big in these meets, so that's very impressive. She's hanging this close right now, but I just don't see how Greenfields can match up with these guys.
Now, and it'll be Greenwood Park touching first after the backstroke.
McAllister was 32.6. Mary Chu with a 33.4 is outstanding. Julie Weitzel is the breaststroker for Greenfields, and Mandy Krieger.
Of course, Krieger, an outstanding swimmer at Washington Township with a tremendous career she had.
If I'm not mistaken, I think she was a state champion in 100 breaststroke this year. And she looks like it. Julie Weitzel is a sprinter, but she's getting it handed to her right now by Mandy.
Krieger in the yellow cap will touch up first at the midway point.
Wow, 34.2 for Krieger.
1:06.84 at the midway point for Greenwood Park. And we have to say, Joe, your second part of the swim is usually faster because you're doing the butterfly and the freestyle.
These are your fastest 2 strokes.
Yeah.
Cassie Krieger's riding the wall very nicely. Lauren Gallagher's got Greenfield's pretty comfortably going for second right now.
So it's going to be Greenwood Park with 50 meters of freestyle for the third straight time racing against the clock.
I got Cassie Krieger at 28.7. They're going to blow this record away.
Greenwood Park, the only question is, as Joe mentioned, is the record.
If O'Hara splits a 30, they're going to go at 2:05, and she's good for probably a 27.
Greenwood Park is going to win, and it looks like going to set a record and a time of 2:03.28, and we have our third straight record. And you're right, Joe. They not only set the record, they obliterated it. Greenfield's doing a nice job in second place, and now battle for third place. And that was a terrific swim by lane number 3, Raccoon Valley, getting in third.
The final leg by Kelly O'Hara, as I said, 27-7. That's an awesome relay.
Of course, Kelly had an outstanding high school career at Timber Creek.
Now let's see if the boys can follow suit. We'll see if we can go 4 for 4 with Gloucester County records here. Ferenczek, Sapienza, Christian Sprang, and Owen Black have the ability to break that 150.3 as well.
Yeah, that meet record was set in 2000 by Greenfields as the boys 15 to 18 200 medley relay. 1 Peachwood, 2 Raccoon Valley, 3 Whitman Square, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Brookside, 6 Winona, and 7 is Greenfields. Wow, getting out to a nice start in the first 25 is Brookside in lane number 5.
That's Richie O'Neill from Brookside. Very impressive.
But again on the turn, as Greenwood Park has done so often, taking the lead, and we'll have the lead after the first 50 meters of backstroke.
They've established open water now. Watch them go. 28.48 for Stefan Ferenczek. He handed off to Bobby Sapienza.
So again, if you just joined us, Greenwood Park has set 3 consecutive relay records here in the Gloucester County Swim Championships.
If I were a betting man, I'd say it's going to be 4.
Yeah, Joe had said that before it even started, although
I've been wrong before.
They have to take some serious time off their seed time to do it.
31-2 was Sapienza's split.
Wow, 59-82 at the midway point for Greenwood Park.
Well, they got Christian Sprang as their butterfly right now. I think they got a good fighting chance here, Mark.
So with 50 meters to go of freestyle.
Oh, great start, by the way. 26.8 for Christian Sprang, and Owen Black had a great start.
126.8 after the 3, leading up to the freestyle. So now again,
Owens only has to go 25. He's got to go 25 to be able to
Greenwood Park racing against the clock. And Joe, this is going to be very close, very close. Greenwood Park in a time of 1:51.03.
2/10. 24-4 ahead for Owen Black now.
Doesn't quite get it. Brookside in lane number 5 is going to touch up for second place, and Whitman Square in third in lane number 3.
No shame in going 1:51.0. That was fast.
We'll be back for more from the Gloucester County Swim Championships. We're broadcasting from the Gloucester County Institute of Technology. And welcome back, and the races are going to get fast and furious from here. It's the girls 8 and under 25 freestyle. Marc Narducci along with Joe Pegues here.
Can I just point out that's probably the best looking coaching staff in all of Tri-County right there?
People that don't know, one of those people is Joe's wife, and you'll get a few brownie points at home for that.
Yeah, she'll probably be mad I did that actually. But you know, I'm gonna have to take the heat. She's a good looking woman, what can I say?
Girls 8 and under 25 freestyle. In lane 1, Miranda Coughlin, Winona 2, Rachel Snyder, Peachwood 3, Caroline Otten, Greenfields 4, Emma Vessels, Greenwood Park 5, Katie Bayers, Brookside 6, Salvi Rhoda, Whitman Square 7, Abigail Clementi, Raccoon Valley, and 8, Gabby Campbell, Gibbstown.
Emma Vessels is the 7th seed in Tri-County right now with a 17.5. We'll see how much she comes down. And as we talked about earlier, we've seen a lot of time drops already, Mark.
Brooke Carafin of Greenfields is your record setter. That was set in 1992 in a blistering time of 16:49.
That was a pretty impressive run by Greenwood Park there in those last 4 relays. They might do something very similar at Tri-County.
3 records and 1 near record.
Right now, those medley relays are seeded. First in Tri-County is 13-14 girls. First is 13-14 boys. First is 15-18 girls, and they're second to Kingston Estates. And Kingston Estates was first with a 154.5. And today, Greenwood Park just won 151-0. So they could go 4 for 4 in the upper age groups at Tri-County. And if they'd like to win, that'd be a nice thing for them.
I think this is going to be one of the more highly anticipated Tri-County meets, especially with Pheasant Run, the defending 4-time champion, losing in a dual meet by 4 points to Greenwood Park.
Dogfight too. Yeah, it really came down to the 11 and 12 boys in that meet. Pheasant Run won the 8 and under girls and boys, 9 and 10 girls and boys, and 11 and 12 girls. It was 4 points going in. Whoever won 5, if Pheasant Run won 6 relays, they won. If they split the relays, they split. And it came down to a touch in 11 and 12 boys, and they got it. And then they knew once they got to their older groups, they were handing off to strong groups, and they swept the 13-14s and the 15-18s and won the meet. But really, the meet came down to their 11 and 12 boys.
And as you know, Joe, a dual meet versus a meet with 36 teams is a lot different, but it does give an indication that both of those teams are going to be, I think, battling neck and neck for the Tri-County Championship.
Absolutely, if I'm not mistaken. I think Greenwood Park has 5 relays that are seeded first in Tri-County, and Pheasant Run has 6. So neither of these teams are going away. It's really who's going to perform best on Sunday. I think they're going to get lots of people in the top 8 and the bottom 8, and it's just who swims better on the championship day.
Well, one thing we've seen tonight, as we mentioned if you're just joining us, Greenwood Park had to swim last night a dual meet with Wedgwood, which it won, to clinch the Division A title.
Doesn't seem to have had any ill effects on the Marc.
Right. Not a lot of fatigue there.
No, I think they're riding on a high right now. They've got their momentum from winning A Division, and they're just carrying it over from today. I mean, sometimes that's good. They'll sleep well tonight, though, I'm guessing.
I think the girls, 8 and under, 3 are ready, and they're off, and this is going to be fast and furious. Vessels of Greenwood Park in lane number 4 is your top seed, and she has the lead. It's Emma Vessels in lane number 4 doing a great job as Rhoda in lane number 6, but it's Vessels who's going to win it from top to bottom, and then coming in lane number 3 in second place is Otten.
Yeah, but she didn't hit the pad right, but I think Carolyn was second, and also lane 5 didn't hit the pad either. That's one of the problems with these little kids. They don't punch the wall as hard as they should, and the sensor on the touchpad doesn't pick it up. So even though you're going to show zeros in 3 and 5, I believe the finish was 4, 3, 5, 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Boys 8 and under, 25 free, 1, Riley Roan, Winona 2, Wesley Ty, Greenfields 4, Ryan Alpo, Raccoon Valley 5, Adam Herman, Brookside 6, Jimmy Candelora, Peachwood 7, Brandon Siegel, Whitman Square, and 8, Alexander Perez of Gibbstown. Your record setter, Steve Burke of Greenwood Park, that was set in 1979. Joe, that's so old. I was only out of high school 2 years then.
I was still swimming then.
Again, Alpine of Raccoon Valley in lane number 4 is your lead, but getting off to a great start is Candelora in lane number 6.
Actually,
also in lane number 5. Lane number 5 is Herman. Herman is your leader in 5. Can he hold off Andorra? It's Herman in 5, and he's your Gloucester County champion from Brookside.
We got no times up on the board right now, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, that was pretty clear.
Girls 9 and 10, 50 freestyle, so we'll get to catch our breath a little bit. In 1, Caitlin Collins, Peachwood 2, Christy Matzik, Winona 3, Carrington Thompson, Brookside 4, Erin Malone, Greenwood Park 5, Catherine Zane, Greenfields 6, Jessica Clavens, Whitman Square 7, Taylor Murphy, Raccoon Valley, and 8, Nicole Vick of Gibbstown.
Erin Malone's only 9 years old. She's seated with a 33.8, which puts her second by 0.2 of a second to Lauren Begley from Pheasant Run in the Tri-County top times list right now. So,
meet record of 30.62 was set by Dana Bob of Greenwood Park. That was in 1992.
I think they're probably going to have to adjust the timing system a little bit. They came up all zeros on the 8 and unders. But they have 3 timers behind every lane, and they have place judges on both sides, so they'll get the whole thing straightened out. Electronic timing is a luxury. It gives you absolute, mechanical and technical certainty. But then, of course, the problem with any technology is that sometimes it fails. Technology is supposed to make our life easier and simpler, but sometimes it makes it more complicated and more difficult.
It makes you realize with all the timers and everybody, just how many people are needed to make a meet of this magnitude go off.
Yeah, it requires, at least probably about a year of advanced planning to be able to pull this thing off. Catherine Zane swimming very fast right now in lane 5. See if she's got a good turn.
Zane in lane number 5 will have the lead in the first 25 meters. Now again, Greenwood Park has been so tough on the turn, and once again, Greenwood Park takes the lead. It's Erin Malone in lane number 4.
Sneaky fast turn from Malone there in 4. It was nice.
Malone holding on in lane number 4. She's going to be your winner. It's Zane in lane number 5 is second, and in lane number 3, pulling up third, is Carrington Thompson of Brookside. So
yeah, Malone was off her seed time there a little bit, but it was still good enough to be the Gloucester County champion. I think her second lap was much better than the first lap.
And Malone's time 34:35, and as Joe mentioned, just one of 2 9-year-olds in that 9-10 grouping. Now the boys 9-10, 53 in 1, Kyle Green, Winona, 2, Brian Riley, Raccoon Valley, 3, Timmy Edison, Greenfields, 4, Sal Liberto, Greenwood Park, 5, Jacob Chandler, Brookside, 6, Joey Maraca, Gibbstown, 7, David Melhorn, Peachwood, and 8, Mark Rhoda, Whitman Square. And we're going to get it to see, we saw him in a relay, but one of the great swimmers in Tri-County and Gloucester County and any county you want to say is Sal Liberto.
He's the second seed to Owen Burns in this event right now. Owen's a 31.7, Sal's a 32.4. We'll see. Oh, nice start by Liberto. Wow.
Now the record is 31.4 by Michael Joyce of Greenwood Park, set in 2000. As you mentioned, Liberto in lane number 4 is going to touch up first in the first 25 meters.
That was an awesome start, absolutely. A nice turn. He's walking now.
His time was 16 seconds in the first 25. He might be thinking record here. Liberto in lane number 4, not being contested. It's Sal Liberto from Greenwood Park, and he's going to be your Gloucester County champion at a time of 31.87.
Just a little off the record, but that's a nice swim. That's his best time.
Just off the record, as Joe said, Chandler of Brookside is second, and in third place is Timmy Edison of Greenfields.
It's a nice drop for Timmy Edison down to 37.4.
So the girls 11 and 12, 53 in 1. Claire Morgos, Winona 2, Gina Straga, Raccoon Valley 3, Erica Label, Greenwood Park 4, Amanda Harvey, Whitman Square 5, Alexis Pizzo, Greenfields 6, Sarah Herman, Brookside 7, Megan Honorati of Gibbstown, and 8 is Nicole Candelora of Peachwood. Kate Keeler is your record holder, set in 2001 for Greenfields at 29.67.
Yeah, we saw Amanda Harvey pull out that second place for Whitman Square in the medley relay, so we'll see if she can continue to work her magic this evening in the individual event.
By the way, Kate Keeler's father, K.C. Keeler, won a national championship at Delaware as a head football coach.
They just signed Andy Hall, didn't they?
Alexis Pizzo of Greenfield's got a good start, but it's lane number 4 now. It's Harvey, your top seed, in the lead. Amanda Harvey in the lead from Whitman Square, and she is going to be your Gloucester County champion. Now, what a great battle it is for second place, and in lane number 5 was Pizzo, as she gets second. In lane number 6, Herman is third. But Amanda Harvey is your champion, 30.84.
Nice swim for Amanda. And Alexis Pizzo had a real good second lap there. She got beaten on the turn by Sarah Herman, but she came back and fought to get second place.
So that'll bring us to the boys 11 and 12, 50 freestyle. As you see the scoreboard there from the last race. In 1, Paul Kohler, Peachwood. 2, Weston Eldridge, Whitman Square. 3, John Paul Patola, Raccoon Valley. 4, Kyle Banks, Brookside. 5, Stephen Gibson, Greenwood Park. 6, Dale Davis, Greenfield. 7, Rick Shear, Gibbstown. And 8, Alexander Connie of Winona.
Real nice start for Gibson in lane 5, but right now it looks like Banks is in control.
Well, Gibson had that lead in lane number 5, and
Kotler
in
from
lane number
3.
4 is Banks from Brookside. Banks from Brookside is your leader, and he's going to hold on and be your Gloucester County champion. In lane number 3 is Catola. He'll get second, and touching up third in lane number 6, doing an outstanding job, was Dale Davis.
Wow, sneaky finish for Dale there. Nice job. Not the best time for him, but a very strong finish to, snag that third place.
Girls 13 and 14, 100 freestyle. In lane number 1, Tessa Gechter, Peachwood. 2, Ariel Garbarino, Brookside. 3, Kelsey Eastman, Whitman Square. 4, Elise Blasky, Greenwood Park. 5, Carissa Branson, Winona. 6, Madison Saunders, Greenfield. 7, Lauren Mascherone, Raccoon Valley. And 8, Stephanie Coleman of Gibbstown.
Looks like on the lead right now is lane 2, Garabino from Brookside. We'll see how long she can hold out. It's taking it out fast, though.
Garbarino, as Joe mentioned, wasn't the lead, but the top seed, Blasky, from lane number 4 in Greenwood Park, will be your leader at the midway point.
And in control. It's out of 30.6. Nicely swum.
Blasky's pulling out right now, but still hanging in there in lane number 3 is Eastman, and in 5, Branson.
Blasky's the 9th seed in Tri-County. Branson's the 22nd, and Eastman's the 29th right now.
But it is Blask, and she's really not being challenged as we get to the final 12 meters. It's Blask in lane number 4. In second is Branson in lane 5. It'll be Blask. She'll be your Gloucester County champion. Branson will be second, and finishing up third will be Eastman.
Looks like one of the few times we're going to hold perfectly the seating.
Time of 104.2.
That was 4.536.2718, just the way they're supposed to be on paper.
You're right, we haven't seen a lot of that. Boys 13 and 14, 100 freestyle. In 1, Joseph Connie, Winona. 2, Joe James, Peachwood. 3, Ricky Meng, Whitman Square. 4, William Malone, Greenwood Park. 5, Brian Weiss, Raccoon Valley. 6, Danny Bauer, Brookside. And 7, Christopher Siegel of Greenfield. Billy Krieger, Greenwood Park, set the record last year, 57.96.
I think that's safe for this year.
And Malone of Greenwood Park, your top seed time of 104.68.
A lot of adrenaline flowing, had a little false start there, but no harm, no foul. As long as you go in feet first, they'll almost always let you back up on the blocks.
Again, in lane number 5 was Weiss of Raccoon Valley, getting off to a very, very strong start. Also in lane number 3, Ricky Meng. Not a whole lot separating the leaders as we're coming to the midway point there. Again, pulling in is lane number 4, Malone. He has maybe the slight lead as he will touch up first. It's Malone in 4, but Meng to his right in the blue cap is hanging in there, and to his left in lane number 5 is Weiss of Raccoon Valley. But your top seed, William Malone, in the lead.
As we get turn and see what happens.
We get to the final 25 meters.
Now Malone jammed his turn a little bit, but he came off it pretty fast. He should be okay.
Malone in the lead, great turn by Meng, but now Malone's pulling away. It's Malone in lane number 4. Malone in the lead. Coming up strong is Weiss in 5, but Malone is going to be your Gloucester County champion in lane number 5. His second is Weiss, and Meng is third in lane number 3.
100.98 for Malone, and the other two kids on either side of him took it out fast, and he kept his head about him. He popped up a little fast on that last turn, but he was very under control in that first 50, and that's why he won the race.
Now the girls 15 to 18, 100 freestyle. In 1, Sharon Resco, Gibbstown. 2, Caitlin Gechter, Peachwood. 3, Kara Choplin, Greenfields. 4, Cassie Krieger, Greenwood Park. 5, Melissa Setter, Brookside. 6, Kristen Simler, Raccoon Valley. 7, Abigail Varillo of Whitman Square. And 8, Appy Bell of Winona.
I'd say Cassie Krieger's got a reasonable shot to break a minute right now.
Well, the meet record was set by Christine Leupold of Raccoon Valley, 57.88 in 2001. And of course, Christine had an outstanding high school career at Clearview. Your top seed, Cassie Krieger, got out first in the first 25 meters. She's in the green cap.
Melissa Setter's taking it out strong, too. She's very smart. She's moving over on the lane line and trying to draft off Cassie a little bit.
There's Krieger in the green cap. She'll touch up first at the midway point.
She's out at 28.8. She'll probably go about a minute point.
It's Krieger in 4, and she's starting to pull away. In second place is Setter in 5. In third is Choplin from Greenfields in lane number 3.
Setter and Choplin were both out in 30 points. Let's see what Kara's got left on that last lap.
Krieger, who is only a 15-year-old, pulling away, and she's going to be your Gloucester County champion. In second place is Setter.
Oh, she got under. 59.9.
And Setter will come in second and Choplin third. So your champion is Cassie Krieger of Greenwood Park.
Good comeback speed by Cassie.
One of 3 15-year-olds, by the way, to qualify in this final, along with Resco of Gibbstown and Verillo of Whitman Square.
Well, Cassie's the 3rd seed in Tri-County in the 100 freestyle, but the 1st seed would be one Kelly O'Hara. So that bodes well for their freestyle relay, I would think.
Yeah, you think Greenwood Park will pick up a few points in the freestyle?
Girls 15-18, let me check it, but I'm pretty sure they're 1st seed. Yep, they're 1st seed in Tri-County.
Boys 15-18, 100 free. 1, Bobby Becker, Greenfields. 2, Owen Gechter, Peachwood. 3, Ryan Moore, Winona. 4, Owen Black, Greenwood Park. 5, Blaze Lack of Whitman Square. 6, David Agia, Raccoon Valley. And 7, Drew Anuko of Brookside.
I think this could be our oldest record on the books. Chad Julian's 52.97 from 1986.
And Owen Black, whose seed time was about 5 seconds better than anybody else.
He's down to 26.3. He'd have to come back in another 26 to break the record. So I think that'll stand for another year.
But Owen Black is swimming with a very convincing lead. And this is the problem with having to face Greenwood Park. They are so strong in all the age groups.
I think only one of their relays is out of the top 10 in Tri-County.
So Black will be your Gloucester County champion, 55.68. In second place in lane number 5 is Lacka, and Agia doing a great job. He made it to 4th. In lane number 7, Anuko Brookside sneaking in for 3rd.
Yeah, nice swims for David Agia and Drew Anuko. They both dropped 2.5 seconds. Agia dropped down from a 104.3 to a 102.7, and Anuko dropped from 105.1 to a 102.6. Snuck in 3rd. Anuko got 3rd. And a nice one by Blaze Lacka holding seed there.
Well, now we're going to get the youngsters again. The 8 and under 25 backstroke. In lane number 1, Christina Vick, Gibbstown. 2, Kelsey Powell, Whitman Square. 3, Tori Straga, Raccoon Valley. 4, Brittany Bays, Brookside. 5, Brooke Liberto, Greenwood Park. 6, do you know this person? Ann Pegues, Greenfield. 7, Olivia Can, Winona. And 8, Sarah Ballet of Peachwood.
Yep, one of the happiest kids I've ever seen in my whole entire life. I hope she has a nice swim. I'll try to maintain as much objectivity and impartiality as I possibly can. It's hard, though.
Again, your top seed is Bays of Brookside, but Liberto of Greenwood Park, pretty close seed time to her. Liberto in lane number 5 has a slight lead. Also, Valet of Peachwood doing a nice job in 8, but it's lane number 5, Brooke Liberto of Greenwood Park. She's being battled by Bays of 4. Bays is making quite a comeback. It's Bays in 4 coming in, and it will be touching up. First is Bays. What a comeback she made from Brookside. Liberto finishing second in lane number 5.
That was an exciting finish that I didn't watch at all because I was watching my own kid. I'm sorry.
Boys 8 and under, 25 back. In 1, Taylor Damashi, Raccoon Valley. 2, Jake Miller, Gibbstown. 3, Jeremy Cowles, Winona. 4, Lenny Lacavara, Whitman Square. 5, Derek Harper, Greenfields. 6, Ian Kilcoyne, Brookside. 7, Devin Boyle, Greenwood Park. And 8, Jonathan Collins of Peachwood. Eric Brumberg of Greenwood Park with the record set in 1993, 18.8, and that
Lenny have to drop about 7 seconds to get that. I think that's going to be safe for today as well. Stranger things have happened, but that's really unusual.
Lacavora of Whitman Square is your top seed, but right now in the lead in lane number 5 is Derek Harper. But now it's Lacavora. Lacavora's really made a comeback. Lacavora in 4 is taking the lead, and Lacavora is going to hold off the field and be your Gloucester County champion. Wow, what a final 12 meters he had.
Another great start for Derek Harper there, but a great finish by Lenny Lacavera. And remember, it doesn't matter who you go to the dance with, it matters who you come home with. Winning the start's good, but winning the finish is better.
And Lacavera, by the way, only a 7-year-old,
yep.
So we'll be seeing him next year in this same event.
Yes, I work with his aunts at Woodbury High School. She's very proud of him, by the way.
Girls 9 and 10, 25 back. In 1, Brianna Duffy, Whitman Square. 3, Kelly McSorley, Greenfields. 4, Jamie Giordano, Winona. 5, Carissa Banks, Brookside. 6, Rosie Matich, Gibbstown. 7, Chrissy Costville, Raccoon Valley. And 8, Caitlin Clark of Peachwood. And they are off. In lane number 6, Matich of Gibbstown coming on with a very, very strong swim. She might have the slight lead, but also going in lane number 5 and 6. It's 5 and 6, and this one's going to be right at the touch, and it is lane number 6. Rosie Matich of Gibbstown.
Gibbstown, a win for the Gators. Outstanding.
What a swim that time, and only a 9-year-old.
Oh, she busted out of the blocks there with a great start. That's where she won that race. And there's a little exciting on the finish there. They both kind of wanted to peek at one another. That's really hard in bag stroke to maintain your focus and bring it all the way into the wall, especially if you're in a tight race like that. So, nice finish for Rosie Matich.
Boys 9 and 10, 25 back. 1, Bacchanal, Greenwood Park. 2, Cowles, Winona. 3, Ball, Greenfields. 4, Lucchese, Raccoon Valley. 5, Quigley, Whitman Square. 6, Hornerbrook, Brookside. 7, Smith, Gibbstown. And 8, Kohler of Peachwood.
Look at lane 8 and lane 6. Right in the middle of things, then lane 3.
Brian Lucchese, your top seed, but you're right.
Hornerbrook, Bald in lane 3.
Hornerbrook in lane number 6 is battling, but lane number 3 coming on is Bald. It's Bald in 3, and in 4, it's Lucchese, and it's lane number 3, Nicholas Bald of Greenfields. What a swim.
First time he's broken 20, 19:28. Outstanding swim for Nick.
Girls 11 and 12, 50 back. In 1, Brianne Smith, Gibbstown. 2, Tara O'Donnell, Greenwood Park. 3, Lauren Lacavera, Whitman Square. 4, Elizabeth Dawsey, Greenfields. 5, Katie Bennett, Raccoon Valley. 6, Madison Yeager, Winona. 7, Alexandra Berry, Peachwood. And 8, Courtney Branco of Brookside.
Lizzie Dawsey's big brother, Chris, is coaching her and has been for the last 3 years.
Katie Herbst of Greenfields holds the record of 33.7. That was back in 1996.
Lizzie slipped off the blocks. We'll see if she's got enough to bring it back.
Again in lane number 6, Madison Yeager of Winona got out to a great start, as did in lane number 5, Katie Bennett. It looks like Bennett will touch first in lane number 5. It's Bennett in 5. She has the slight lead, but coming up now is Elizabeth Dawsey of Greenfields in lane number 4. It's Bennett in 5. Dawsey, Yeager in 6. Dawsey coming on in lane number 4. Can Bennett hold her off? It's Bennett in 5. She's your leader, and Bennett is going to be your champion. Dawsey is second in lane number 4.
Yeah, still a good time for Lizzie Dawsey, but she really slipped on that start. That's where Bennett won that race. She had a nice clean start, held her streamline, popped up in the lead. They both dropped down in the 38s. Good swimming.
Katie Bennett of Raccoon Valley, your Gloucester County champion. Boys 11 and 12, 50 back. In 1, David Coughlin, Winona. 2, Luke Varillo, Whitman Square. 3, Joshua Bustard, Peachwood. 4, Dylan McHugh, Greenwood Park. 5, Kevin Savage, Greenfield. 6, Mark Saltiel, Brookside. 7, Sean Minderline, Raccoon Valley. And 8, John Kiger of Gibbstown.
Savage is having the lead right now. Had a good swim in the medley relay. But McHugh's seated with a 37.4 and looks to be taking control of the race.
Kevin Savage, as you mentioned, in the green cap in lane 5, and he and Dylan McHugh of Greenwood Park in 4 touching up with the same. And now it's McHugh. McHugh is taking the lead in lane number 4. Savage is second in lane number 5, but he's staying within distance and coming on strong in lane 3 is Bustard, but it's going to be McHugh in 4. McHugh will win the race. He's your Gloucester County champion. Savage is second, and in lane number 3, actually in lane number 7, Minderline sneaking in the 3rd.
Absolutely. Missed him there. That's a drop down from a 41.6 to a 39.6. That's a great swim for Sean Minderline.
Girls 13 and 14, 50 back in lane number 1. Amy Richmond, Winona, 2. Liz Russo, Raccoon Valley, 3. Brittany Branco, Brookside, 4. Carly Misowitz, Greenwood Park, 5. Andrea Castiglione, Whitman Square, 6. Megan Messerschmidt, Greenfield, 7. Brittany Siegeth, Peachwood, and 8. Leah Calora of Gibbstown.
Misowitz is the second seed in Tri-County, and Castiglione and Branco are tied for 8th place right now. So let's see how they finish. Right now, Castiglione's got the lead.
And Andrea Castiglione of Whitman Square, your record holder. And she's the second seed, but she won last year in a record time.
She's on the lead again.
32.98. Castiglione in lane number 5 is your leader, but right there is Misowitz in 4. They're battling neck and neck. It's Castiglione by a neck, and it will be Castiglione defending her title.
32-0 and 32-1. Great swims for both of them.
Not only defending her title, but setting a new Gloucester County record. I keep saying Tri-County. Breaking her own mark from last year.
It's all the excitement with none of the crowds, Mark.
By the way, Misowitz broke the record also. That shows you what kind of race that was, Joe. Boys 13 and 14, 50 back in 1. Patrick Kane, Raccoon Valley, 2. Frank Snyder, Brookside, 3. Sean Williams, Whitman Square, 4. Michael Joyce, Greenwood Park, 5. Matt Kramer, Winona, 6. Ryan Gill, Greenfields, and 7. Jimmy Dudek of Peachwood.
And Kramer had a really strong swim in the medley relay, but right now Joyce has about a second on him. And is walking right now. He nails his turn, it's his.
Joyce with the green cap. What an impressive first 25 meters he had. Woo. He really blew out there. It's Joyce in the lead in lane number 4. Kramer in the yellow cap is second. But nobody's going to catch Joyce in this one. He's going to be your Gloucester County champ. Kramer is second. Now a nice battle for 3rd place. Sean Williams from Whitman Square, and he'll touch up 3rd.
Goodness, he just won a 28.8. That would be incredibly fast, and he just broke Eric Brumberg's record by a second and a half. That doesn't happen very often.
What a race by Michael Joyce. And as you mentioned, that was won in that first 12 meters. I mean, he just burst out of there.
Yeah, he smoked his turn, too, and he was really riding high on the water. I mean, you know, that's what a 28 looks like in backstroke, and it looked pretty darn fast.
Girls 15 to 18, 50 back in 1. Kimberly Clannett, Winona, 2. Allison Loudermilk, Raccoon Valley, 3. Kerry Ann Farrell, Whitman Square, 4. Stephanie McAllister, Greenwood Park, 5. Mary Chu, Greenfield, 6. Andrea Cassell of Gibbstown, 7. Erin Ponter of Brookside, and 8. Kara Allen of Peachwood.
Watch for Kara Allen to have a nice drop here.
McAllister, your top seed from Greenfield. She'll touch up first, but Mary Chu of Greenfield's in 5. McAllister from Greenwood Park.
Allen out in lane 8, swimming strong right now.
Very strong by Allen in lane number 8, but it's lane number 4. McAllister in the lead. She's your top seed. Will she hold off? Yes, she does. It's McAllister in first. Chu second, as you mentioned, in lane number 8. Kara Allen coming on from Peachwood for 3rd.
Well, there's one of those no times that, I know she's fast. So, she got into the race, and that's right where she should have finished. It's a nice swim, 34.1 for Kara. Another good swim for Mary Chu, 33.6. And a 32.3 for Stephanie McAllister. That would make her probably the 2nd or 3rd seed in Tri-County right now.
Boys 15 to 18, 100 back in 1. Eric Matana, Gibbstown, 2. Christopher Savage, Greenfields, 3. Richie O'Neill, Brookside, 4. Stefan Furmanchak, Greenwood Park, 5. Brian Brady, Whitman Square, 6. Gregory McFadden, Winona, 7. Tom Weiss, Raccoon Valley, and 8. Nathan Haig of Peachwood.
Stefan Ferenchuk is the 3rd seed in Tri-County right now behind Ryan Shore and Mark Nyman. I think he'll probably be trying to make a statement here. They've both gone minute point. We'll see if Stefan can answer.
Of course, Ryan Shore of Old Orchard, one of the great backstrokers. That's another great swimming family, the Shores.
Oh, absolutely.
Ferenchuk in lane number 4 will touch up at the midway point. But I'll tell you what, staying right with him is Richie O'Neill of Brookside.
Very impressive first 50. Let's see if he's got a second one to hang out with it.
And Brian Brady of Whitman Square in lane number 5 with the red cap is also coming on as well.
Richie O'Neill was out in 31.4.
So it's Ferenchuk in the dark blue cap there. He's your leader.
McFadden might just catch O'Neill here on the last lap.
Brian Brady is second, but it's going to be Ferenchuk, and he's going to take it home. Brady will be second now, battle for 3rd place, and in lane number 3, it is Richie O'Neill.
That's a good solid swim for Stefan. He splits 31 and 33. Usually in your 100, you want to try to keep your first and second 50 about 2 seconds apart, and about maybe a second and a half off your best 50. So that's a good solid maintenance swim for Stefan Ferenchuk.
Girls 8 and under 25 breaststroke, 1, Kyra Millay, Brookside 2, Chelsea Smith, Gibbstown 3, Julia Kotla, Raccoon Valley 4, Julia Peterson, Greenwood Park 5, Sarah Berg, Greenfield 6, Sunny Rhoda, Whitman Square 7, Cara Clark, Peachwood, and 8, Colleen Deal of Winona.
Look for Sarah Berg to have a little time drop here. She just got a cast off her arm. She qualified for Tri-County with an elbow cast in. Swimming breaststroke, basically one-armed, and she just got her soft cast off earlier this week. So she and Peterson are pretty close together. Peterson's at 23.3 and Berg's at 23.7. So it should be the two of them out on the lead. Sarah, nice swim in the medley relay as well. Cara Clark in lane 7 is your lone 7-year-old in the field.
A lot of experience in this 8 and under 25 breaststroke.
Well, it's actually great to, false start and everybody got it. Nope.
It looked like a false start. Some people stopped on there, but one person that kept going is Peterson in lane number 4.
This is going to be a mess.
Peterson's in lane number 4. Patola in lane number 3 is right next to her. It's Peterson in 4. Could she hold her off? Peterson, your top seed, and she will be the winner.
Oh, goodness.
23.85.
This is really unfortunate. In the scratch meeting, they said they weren't going to call anybody back for false starts because it's going to be too loud. So these kids, I think, are going to have to score this way. And, this is very unusual. It's different than, the meet referee called it this way. But I don't know whether they're going to re-swim that or not. We'll see what happens. I think with the 8 and unders, I'd like to see them give a little latitude there. So I'm not sure what they're going to do. But, according to the rules that were specified in the scratch meeting by the referee, they weren't going to drop a false start rope and they weren't going to call anybody back. So technically they should have kept swimming. So, it is unusual. We'll see what happens. I don't know if they're going to do it again. I would hope in the interest of, the fair competitiveness, especially with 8 and unders. It's hard to...
Well, they're taking the boys off the blocks, so let's see.
I don't think they can swim the 8 and under girls right away, though. So, I'm not sure what they're doing. I think they're gonna talk it out. But, this will be a little controversial. Normally in a dual meet situation, when they call a false start, everybody stops and they put them back up on the blocks. Here, if there's a false start and they don't, they're just going to call somebody. They're going to let them swim the race, and this is more like USS rules. They'll swim the race, and looks like they're going to swim 37 again, which is great. I think that's the right call. They're going to swim it again after event 40, after all the 9 and 10s. So that's I think a victory for the fair competitive spirit. Technically, according to the rule, they shouldn't re-swim it, but with the little kids, I think it's right.
Absolutely. Now, boys 8 and under 25 breaststroke, 1, Matthew Abbott, Greenwood Park, 2, Michael Morris, Peachwood, 3, David Atkinson, Greenfield, 4, Alex Wallen, Whitman Square, 5, Kyle Alpol, Raccoon Valley, 6, Ryan Stubbits, Winona. 7, Austin Campbell, Brookside. And 8, Christopher Clark of Gibbstown.
Now, Alex Whalen from Whitman Square is the 3rd seed in Tri-County. But David Atkinson in lane 3 for Greenfields was awesome in the medley relay. That's part of the reason why Greenfields upset Greenwood Park in that medley relay. So I would watch him closely. I have a feeling we're going to hear something from him. He's a brand new swimmer this year. He's never swum before and is really, really starting to get it. It's kind of cool when you watch that. And then they come out the first year and they've got some talent and they begin to understand all the competitive nature of everything. So let's keep a close eye on this race. And they are going to swim those 8 unders again. And I'm glad. I really am.
So Whalen and Whitman Square, your top seed at 24.38. The meet record, Michael Roth of Greenwood Park set in 95, 21.67. No false start this time.
Thank goodness.
In lane number 6, Stubbits has gotten off to a nice start, as is Apple in 5, and in lane number 4, your top seed, Whalen. It's Whalen in 4 by a neck right now. It's that close. It's Whalen in 4, Apple in 5. Apple trying to make up some ground. Who's going to touch first? It'll be Whalen, your top seed. He's your Gloucester County champion. 25.13 is his time. And 25.30 for Apple. That's a tremendous race.
It was a nice swim by Ryan Stubbits in lane 6. He was really right in the middle of things there and dropped a little bit.
Girls 9-10, 25 breaststroke. 1, Jesse Peel, Gibbstown. 2, Chandler Congliglio, Winona. 3, Madison Hogan, Brookside. 4, Emily Berg, Greenfields. 5, Erica Vance, Greenwood Park. 6, Sarah Whitman, Raccoon Valley. 7, Carly West of Peachwood. And 8, Janelle Elridge of Whitman Square.
Okay, the record appears to be pretty safe in this one. Another Christine Leupold record.
Berg is your top seed in lane number 4, and she is
good.
Really out quickly in the green cap. It's Berg in the lead. To her right is Vance in lane number 5, but Berg has been strong right from the beginning, and she's going to be your Gloucester County champion. Vance will be 2nd, and in lane number 7 it looked like. What a nice job there by West, who takes 3rd.
Yeah, great swim by the 9-year-old from Peachwood, Callie West. Dropped it from a 23.7. Actually, she went up in time just a little bit, but she beat the field, so she was 24.0. Nice swim for Callie West.
The boys 9-10, 25 breaststroke. 1, Daniel Rogers, Gibbstown. 2, John Deal, Winona. 3, Justin Harvey, Whitman Square. 4, Tyler Saltiel, Brookside. 5, Robbie Goldschmidt, Greenwood Park. 6, Nolan Lee, Raccoon Valley. 7, Dane Darnell of Greenfields. And 8, Tyler Everton of Peachwood. Ryan Sprang, the record holder, 18.23. That was set in 1990. Saltiel, your top seed in 4, but getting off to a great start is Goldschmidt in 5. It's Goldschmidt in 5, but now Saltiel in 4. This one's going to be too close to call. Also in lane number 6 is Lee. It's lane number 5, Goldschmidt. Can he hold on? No, he was beaten at the touch by Saltiel.
Great finish. There's a lesson there about always going long. An extra stroke there by Goldschmidt. He had the lead. A good swim. But Saltiel went long, and Goldschmidt took the extra stroke, and that's why Saltiel got him.
Now we go back to the girls, 8 and under, 25 breaststroke. Millay in 1, Smith 2, Catola 3, Peterson 4, Berg 5, Rhoda 6, Clark 7, and Deal in lane number 8.
Evidently, Miss Peterson has her own cheering section here next to her.
Well, they saw her win it once. I guess her fans would like to see her win it again.
Yeah, it's the race so nice they did it twice.
You have to wonder mentally, coming back and having to try to do this again. We'll see. It'll be a very intriguing race here. Girls 8 and under, 25 breaststroke. Swimming it again.
And it's a good clean start. Nice to see.
It is a nice start.
Sarah Berg out in the lead.
Sarah Berg got out to a very, very quick start in lane number 5. She's in the dark blue cap, and Berg is your leader right now. Peterson trying to make up ground, but Berg is the leader, and Berg is going to hold on, and be your champion. Or excuse me, yeah, Berg is your champion, Peterson second. And Berg throws her arms up, and she is one pumped-up swimmer.
Peterson was a little bit off her time, and that's tough because she did the whole lap right before that. And, you know, they gave them 4 races, but they're only 4:25s. You know, I'm sure these two will see one another again. You know, it's a tough call because, you know, the other kids did what they were supposed to do, but you don't want to take away, you know, something from somebody else. So, you know, it could have gone either way, and it would have been right either way. I'm glad to see they had the opportunity to do so, but, you know, poor Julia Peterson there. I don't know whether her first one was faster than that or not, but you know, that 22.1 I think is still going to be tough to beat by Sarah Berg, or 22.0.
So that'll bring up the girls' 50-meter breaststroke. 1, Vicky Sue Lyons, Winona. 2, Danielle Doherty, Whitman Square. 3, Chelsea Ciolfi, Brookside. 4, Haley Roddick, Greenfields. 5, Kelly Alpole, Raccoon Valley. 6, Erin Elliott, Greenwood Park. And 7, Alyssa Everton of Peachwood.
Haley had a very impressive swim in the relay. We'll see whether she can double up there. But great underwater pull in lane 3 by Chelsea Ciolfi of Brookside. Wow, that was beautiful.
Megan McCourt of Winona has the record set in 2001, 37.01. In lane number 5, touching first, is Alpole.
Another good pull-out for Ciolfi. We'll see, though. Going to be Rodak and Ciolfi for the finish here.
Roddick in the white cap is in lane number 4. Alpole in the green. Alpole in the lead, but Roddick starting to come on now. Can Alpole hold her up? And it will be lane number 4, Roddick.
Haley Rodak with a good second lap there, but that was a very impressive start and turn by Chelsea Ciolfi. And a nice time drop. She went down to a 39.4 from a 41.7. Very impressive.
That'll bring us to the boys, 11 and 12, 50 breaststroke. 1, Mitch Moriarty. Actually, in lane 2, Mitch Moriarty, Raccoon Valley. 3, Dan Finneran, Whitman Square. 4, Cameron Edwards, Brookside. 5, Brett Peterson, Greenwood Park. 6, Michael Kerball, Greenfields. And 7, Kevin Burke of Winona.
Cameron Edwards is the second seed in Tri-County. He's the second off the top seed, who's Matt Power from Westwood. So he should be pretty comfortable here.
Edwards wearing the silver cap. He's pretty easy to distinguish there in lane number 4. He touches up first after the first 25. The record holder, Ryan Sprang, 36.09. That was set in 1992. But Edwards is pretty much coasting along there in lane number 4.
A really nice hip action on Edwards. Very impressive.
Peterson in 5 is right behind him, but it's going to be Edwards. He's your champion in a time of 38.33.
It should be his best time by about a half second.
Peterson second, and Michael Kerball in lane number 6 finishes third.
Yeah, 43.3 from Mike Kerball is a nice swim.
Girls 13-14, 50 breaststroke. In 1, in 2, Elise Allen, Peachwood. 3, Kirsten Shea, Whitman Square. 4, Alyssa McCourt, Greenwood Park. 5, Kelsey Thurwell, Greenfields. 6, Amy Staguzzi, Raccoon Valley. 7, Katie Herman of Brookside.
Yeah, Alyssa McCourt's the top seed in Tri-County. Kelsey Terrio's a nice little swimmer, but Alyssa McCourt, as I said, is the top seed by almost a half second over Erica Wendell.
And McCourt will touch up first there. McCourt's seed time, 36.11. The record, 34.60 by Megan McCourt. But Alyssa McCourt is going to coast to this victory.
Kirsten Shea looks real good in lane 3 as well.
And McCourt gets the victory in 35.5.
Impressive. 38.9 for Kelsey Terry. That's a nice swim too. And Kirsten Shea got under a 40. She got down to a 39.5 from a 40.0.
That'll bring us the boys, 13-14, 50 breaststroke. 1, Scott Sarles, Gibbstown. 2, Leonard Passione, Whitman Square. 3, Jeremy Siegel, Greenfields. 4, Brendan McHugh, Greenwood Park. 5, John Williams, Brookside. 6, Edward Stubbins, Winona. 7, Nicholas Lope of Peachwood. Sean Anderson of Whitman Square set the Gloucester County record in 93, a 32.73. McHugh, your top seed in lane number 4, and he's out to a quick start, and he has the lead. He'll touch first in the first 25 meters.
Yeah, he's on a walk here. It looks strong. Watch how he drives his elbows through the top of the stroke.
McHugh is first. To his right is John Williams of Brookside in the blue cap. He's second, but McHugh's going to be your Gloucester County champion. Williams will be second, and a nice little battle for third. It looks like Siegel will touch up first in lane number 3. But Brendan McHugh, in a time of 33.90, is your winner.
Very impressive technique on McHugh. He's really getting up on top of the water and riding that wave on the way back down. He's got nice technique, and 33.9 is nothing to sneeze at.
Now we get to the girls, 15 to 18, 50 breaststroke. 1, Jenna Travis, Winona. 2, Lauren O'Donnell, Whitman Square. 3, Julie Weitzel, Greenfields. 4, Mandy Krieger, Greenwood Park. 5, Cassie Tubb, Raccoon Valley. 6, Tara Bauer, Brookside. And 7, Leanne Lombardi of Gibbstown.
Great start for Mandy Krieger. Wow, she is the top seed in Tri-County right now with a 34.7 on top of Melanie Rollish with 35.5.
And Heather Meg of Whitman Square owns a record of 34.25 set in 2002. Let's see if Krieger can get to that.
She's got a shot.
Krieger in the yellow cap.
Good
She's
fighting
in your
chance.
lead. Doing a nice job in lane number 5 is Tubb, and in lane number 3 is Weitzel, but Krieger is going to be your champion. Now the only question is the time. Krieger wins it in 33.77, and she sets a Gloucester County record.
You watch her hips coming through. She really gets up, and she gets that undulating dolphin motion going in breaststroke, and it just looks so smooth. You know, that's a very impressive swim. 33.7, that's fast.
That's our first individual record tonight. We've had some Greenwood Park had set some records, I believe.
Thought we had a backstroke record earlier.
No, we might have. Okay. Boys 15 to 18, 100 breaststroke. 1, Billy McKeever, Greenfields. 2, Kevin Hagel, Whitman Square. 3, as we had a swimmer from lane number 3, Michael Tubb jump in early from Raccoon Valley. 4, Billy Krieger, Greenwood Park. 5, Andrew Fagundes, Brookside. 6, Billy Loopold, Gibbstown. 7, Brian Farrell, Winona. And 8, Kevin Benetti of Peachwood.
Notice the first entry there on Michael Tubb that we'll almost always bring him back up if you don't try to gain any sort of a competitive advantage, as I stated earlier. So,
Timmy Potter, Greenfields, holds the record set in 2000, 106.61. Looks pretty safe here tonight, but
Billy Krieger can probably go under. You know, he's good for at least a 108. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I think last weekend they were at their shave and taper meet for Junior Olympics. I don't know whether Krieger shaved and tapered for it or not, but you know, if he's at the top of his taper cycle, he's certainly got a shot to go. You know, 106, 107.
Krieger should not be challenged if the seed times are any indication. 110.77. Everybody else is in the 120s.
Looks like Billy Loopold's wearing a fast skin and has his head shaved, and he's got second right now. See if he can hold on to it or not.
Yeah, Billy Loopold's in lane number 6 is second, as Krieger has the lead at the midway point, 32.26 his time.
He'll probably break a 110, but he's not going to go 106. See whether Loopold can hold on or not. You know, he's certainly up for the meet. You know, he's got the swimsuit technology and the shave going. We'll see if he can hold on.
Well, he is in second. Krieger all by himself in first place.
He's getting tight though. Watch what happens. Let's see if he's got enough. Good long underwater pull. Yeah, he's nice and patient on his underwater pull. That's a great pull out for Loopold. He should be able to hold on, but they're reeling him in. Oh goodness.
Krieger will win it in a time of 107.95. Excellent swim, and now look at this for second place. They're all there. Michael Tubb in lane number 3, and he does get second place.
Not quite enough for Loopold there, but he really played it right. He went very long on his underwater pull. He knew he was getting tight, so he tried to maximize the distance off the wall. But when you're tight in breaststroke, you just can't go anywhere. You'll never feel the lactic acid more than in the last lap of a breaststroke race where you take it out fast.
Girls 8 and under, 25 fly now. In 1, Emily Murphy, Whitman Square. 2, Riley Thompson, Brookside. 3, Elise Sullivan, Greenfields. 4, Brittany O'Brien, Gibbstown. 5, Hannah Riley, Raccoon Valley. 6, Emily Schenk, Greenwood Park. 7, Robin Lukens of Winona. And 8, Alexa Zashner of Peachwood.
17.7 is very fast for Brittany O'Brien. I believe she's the top seed in Tri-County.
Now the meet record, 17.67 from Catherine Wood.
Yeah, she's the top seed in Tri-County by over a second. So, you know, she should be putting on a clinic here. If she hits a good clean start, she should walk away with this.
So we'll see if Brittany O'Brien can challenge this record that was set in 2000.
She's going to get a challenge from Hannah O'Reilly. She goes 18.5. That's also very fast for an 800 girl. We got 2 7-year-olds in the heat in lane 2 and lane 8. Getting some competition experience. Expect to see them back right in the thick of things next year. It's a big difference between a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old. And to get the experience with all the people screaming and yelling and all the staging and everything, it's very, very different to swim in a championship environment than it is to swim in a dual meet. In a dual meet, it's kind of like sleeping in your own bed. You know, and a championship meet's kind of tough sometimes.
You know, lost in all this is Hannah Riley of Raccoon Valley with a seed time of 18:52. Pretty impressive in its own right.
Absolutely. You know, Brittany O'Brien, the top seed in Tri-County, is going to have to watch out.
You know, one thing we have to mention, anyone that gets to this stage is a heck of a swimmer, whether you finish 8th, whether you finish 1st. You've done a great job.
The format of the meet also lets more kids compete as well, because normally in a dual meet you get to swim 2 events, whereas in the championships, at least in Gloucester County, and the Cherry Bowl works in the same format. Burlington County works in a similar format. You can only do 1 individual event, so it gives you a chance to really reward your team depth, but also your team quality. So.
And of course, in the overall Tri-County meet, you get to swim in 2 individual events.
I think based on the quality of Greenwood Park, they're going to be tough to beat in Tri-County. Going to be very tough to beat in Tri-County. It's really up to Pheasant Run's little kids. You know, it's so interesting that you know, Pheasant Run owns the top and Greenwood Park owns the Pheasant Run owns the bottom and Greenwood Park owns the top. And you know, a lot of times where Pheasant Run is the top seed, Greenwood Park is 2nd or 3rd. So
you know where Pheasant Run hurts teams is just scoring, getting people to score on that last day.
Absolutely, they always swim well on Saturday, and they get them in there, and you know, it's once you're in, you're going to score no matter what. So
they rarely have the most individual winners.
That's all about the team over at Pheasant Run. Tommy Wilkinson's taken the torch from Ken Rubin, done an excellent job with that squad. He really has.
So we're ready to begin the butterfly. We had a little bit of a delay here.
Got a little Pheasant Run connection over at Greenwood Park. One of their all-time greats, Seamus Quinn, is now one of the assistant coaches at
is that right?
Greenwood Park. He's doing a great job over there. Seamus is really one of the most motivated and motivational kids you'll ever run into. So, you know, he's been a really, really nice compliment to Ryan on that staff over at Greenwood Park.
Seamus had a fine career at Pheasant Run at Morristown High School as well.
And now he's back in school swimming for Tony Lisa at Rowan.
Of course, Tony Lisa was the guy that built up that Greenwood Park program and handed the torch over to...
He's the father of the dynasty.
Yeah, to Ryan Sprang, who's just done an outstanding job there.
Well, Ryan proves it every day. You know, he had the #1 high school team in South Jersey this winter. And, you know, year in and year out, you know, the kids he trains over at GCIT swim fast. So, you know, he's definitely, you know, a rising star in the coaching ranks right now. You know, he's young, but he's already proved himself a lot.
Well, what you hear is, being young, you can relate to these youngsters well. And he's certainly done that at St. Augustine and at Greenwood Park. Well, you're watching the Gloucester County Swim Championships, known as the Peach Bowl. We'll be back for more right after this timeout.
The automotive industry needs 35,000 people annually to fill slots as automotive technicians. Starting salaries are about $30,000 a year. Master certified technicians are making more than $90,000 a year. This year, 25,000 students start their welding careers. The problem is twice as many are needed. Starting salaries are about $26,000 a year with a chance to make over $70,000. The Gloucester County Institute of Technology offers a comprehensive high school education with a focus on more than 15 career choices. GCIT, where the choice is yours.
Girls 25-meter butterfly. In 1, Murphy, Thompson 2, Sullivan 3, O'Brien 4, Riley 5, Shank 6, Lucan 7, and Zassner 8. O'Brien, as we talked about, in lane number 4, is your top seed from Gibbstown, and she is in the lead right now. It's Brittany O'Brien, and Brittany O'Brien's going to take home the championship. In lane number 5, Riley is second, and in lane number 3 is Sullivan is third.
Riley had a really long start underwater. She held her streamline really long. I'd like to see her pop up a little bit sooner, but she certainly was kicking strong. I think that's where Riley won that race.
1781, just short of the record of 1767. Boys 8 and under, 25 fly. 1, Michael Zamorelli, Brookside. 2, Nick Marandola, Peachwood. 3, Colin McHugh, Greenwood Park. 4, Brian Doherty, Whitman Square. 5, Emmett Campbell, Winona. 6, Edgar Chu, Greenfield. 7, Brian Cunningham, Raccoon Valley. And 8, Billy Vick of Gibbstown. Doherty, your top seed, time of 21:22. He's in lane number 4, and he is in the lead right now. It's Doherty in 4, and he looks very strong. In lane number 5 is Campbell in the goal.
Breath there, you never know.
And also in lane number 6 is Chu coming on strong. It's lane number 4, Doherty. Can he hold off Campbell?
No.
It's Doherty in 4, Campbell in 5, and it's Campbell your winner.
Both of them took breaths inside the flags, too. I have a feeling the coaches will be talking to them about that, but, strong swims for both of them.
Great swim by Emmett Campbell of Winona.
Edgar Chu with a 23-2, getting third place out there in lane 6 is also a very nice swim.
Girls 9 and 10, 25 fly. 1, Jessica Siegel, Whitman Square. 2, Peggy Nicole, Winona. 3, Alexa Branco, Brookside. 4, Shannon McHugh, Greenwood Park. 5, Alexandra Bennett, Raccoon Valley. 6, Alexis Drew, Peachwood. 7, Juliana Ardere of Greenfields. And 7, Lauren Chu of Gibbstown. Is that Ardere?
Ardere.
McHugh. Again, your top seed. She's in the green cap.
Shut down lane 8.
In lane number 4. And look at lane number 8 is Lauren Chu getting off to a great start. This one's going to be right to the finish. It's McHugh in 4. McHugh's going to hold on. Wow, what a race as Shannon McHugh of Greenwood Park in a time of 17:58.
Big trot for Lauren Chu out there in lane 8, picking up 4 places. She was winning at the halfway point.
In lane number 5, Bennett is your second place winner. A nice job by the winner, Shannon McHugh. Now the boys 9, 10, 25 fly. In 1, Henry Bernardo, Winona. 2, Adam Clavens, Whitman Square. 3, Michael Mercurio, Greenwood Park. 4, Brendan Davis, Greenfields. 5, John Schneider, Brookside. 6, Sean McAllister, Gibbstown. 7, Kyle Weinrich, Peachwood. And 8, Matt Moriarty of Raccoon Valley. Another off.
Brendan looks strong.
Brendan Davis in 4 is in your lead, and he has been from the beginning. He's going to hold off all challengers, and your top seed is going to be your champion, Brendan Davis of Greenfields, 17:29.
18-7 for Schneider is pretty much his seed time right there. Pretty impressive start and finish for Brendan Davis. Nicely done.
Girls 11 and 12, 50 fly. 1, Amanda Pomonas, Peachwood. 2, Alexa Maraca, Gibbstown. 3, Christine Zane, Greenfields. 4, Carolyn Loudermuck, Raccoon Valley. 5, Stephanie Dickinson, Whitman Square. 6, Lesky Miskowitz, Greenwood Park. 7, Lauren Keller, Brookside. And 8, Christina Giordano of Winona.
If you remember the swim that Loudermuck had in the medley relay, it was most impressive. Let's see what she has to do here. Records of 31.91 by Dana Davino. That's pretty much out of the question. Loudermilk seated with a 34.3, but she's 3 seconds ahead of the competition, so let's keep an eye on her.
And just an 11-year-old is Carolyn Loudermilk.
Wow.
Your top seed in lane number 4.
Watch her hips come up. That's textbook butterfly right there, Mark.
And she's wearing a blue cap, and she's in your lead, and we'll touch up first in the first 25 meters. It's Loudermilk in the lead and really not being challenged at this point. In second place is Dickinson in lane number 5. In lane number 7 is Keller staying with the pack. But Loudermilk is going to come home as your champion in Gloucester County in a time of 33:42. Aldermilk number 1, Dickinson number 2, and in lane number 6, Miskowitz in lane number 3. Or lane number 6 is your third place finisher.
Pretty impressive swim out in lane 2 there by Alexa Maraca. She had a nice drop. She came down.
Boys 11 and 12, 50 fly. 1, Joseph Murphy, Whitman Square. 2, Matthew Cunningham, Raccoon Valley. 3, Brian Sullivan, Greenfields. 4, Patrick Malone, Greenwood Park. 5, Robert Millay, Brookside. 6, Eddie O'Brien, Gibbstown. And 7, Anthony Marandola of Peachwood.
Great start by Brian Sullivan in lane 3, but Malone's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, Sullivan hanging in there, but Malone in lane number 4, your top seed, is going to touch first. Then the first 25. It's Malone in 4. As you mentioned, Sullivan in 3. Also staying within distance is Millay of Brookside in lane number 5. But right now it's Malone. Malone looking very, very strong. Malone's going to ride it home for the championship of Gloucester County. And in lane number 3 was Sullivan finishing second and Millay third. Patrick Malone of Greenwood Park, your Gloucester County champion, at a time of 33.50.
I really enjoyed watching Millay stroke there, though. He really turns it over nice and fast. I have a feeling when he gets a little bigger, he's going to be a force to reckon with there. But that was a great start by Brian Sullivan, but very impressive turn and ride off the wall by Patrick Malone was all he needed to win that race.
Girls 13, 14, 50 fly. 1, Crystal Gallagher, Gibbstown. 2, Lindsay Strago, Raccoon Valley. 3, Laura Hahn, Greenwood Park. 4, Jamie Noonan, Whitman Square. 5, Emily Peel, Brookside. 6, Brianna Ball at Greenfields. And 7, Rachel Weinrich of Peachwood. The meet record, 30.56, set by Tammy Kauser in 1998 of Greenwood Park. Tammy has gone on to coaching. And
the lovely Tammy McHale, head coach of Clearview now.
Noonan, your top seed from Whitman Square in the blue cap in lane 4. She touches up first, but
she's got this race under control.
Peel of Brookside swimming alongside her to her right. But right now it's Jamie Noonan, your top seed. But Peel coming on strong in lane number 5. Noonan trying to hold her off, and Noonan will hold her off, but a great job by Peel in second place. But Jamie Noonan of Whitman Square is your Gloucester County champion.
A little unconventional. Jamie took a lot of breath there on the second lap, but she really helped her to stay on top of the water. Normally, a lot of times when kids will do too much breathing and butterfly, their hips will drop down, but Jamie seemed to have the opposite effect. The more she breathed, the higher she stayed on the water. So, you know, it's not necessarily textbook, but it certainly worked for Jamie.
Boys 13 and 14, 50 fly. 1, Douglas Malloy, Raccoon Valley. 2, Zachary Dill, Peachwood. 3, Rob Smith, Whitman Square. 4, Dorsey Terry, Gibbstown. 5, Timothy Corker, Greenfields. 6, Chris Wall, Greenwood Park. 7, Zachary Chandler, Brookside. And 8, Tim Farrell of Winona. Eric Brumberg, yet another record that he has, 27-26. That was set in 99.
And that one's safe. Corker and Rob Smith had a really, really close race in their dual meet, so we'll see what happens between the two of them.
Terry, your top seed from Gibbstown, with a time of 30.05.
Oh, he's got a beautiful stroke.
He has gotten off quickly, as has Chris Wall of Greenwood Park in lane number 6.
Certainly.
Ooh. But a great turn in lane number 4, and Terry takes the lead. Terry in 4, but Wall in 6. It's Terry in 4. He's got the lead, and he's going to be your Gloucester County champion. Coming up strong in lane number 6 for 2 is Wall, and in lane number 3 is Smith. But Dorsey Terry at Gibbstown in a time of 28.83. That's an impressive time.
Oh, absolutely. He really got out on that race, and, he looks like he's shaved and tapered. That was a fast swim. Something happened to Timmy Corker on his turn there. It looked like he maybe swallowed water or something. I'm not quite sure what happened, but, he was right on the lead there, right with Wall, and then, he lost about a full second.
Girls 15-18, 50 fly. 1, Alexa Crochet, Gibbstown. 2, Samantha Becker, Brookside. 3, Lauren Gallagher, Greenfields. 4, Kelly O'Hara, Greenwood Park. 6, Kelly Williams, Whitman Square. 7, Jessica Noor of Raccoon Valley. And 8, Anita Dudek of Peachwood.
Danger, record in jeopardy. Danger.
Megan Sebastian has the record set in 2002 from Greenfields, 29.94. O'Hara's seed time, 29.95. And O'Hara in the green cap is racing against the clock here. What an impressive first 25 meters.
Wow. Great streamline off the wall.
So O'Hara is going to take this home now. The only question is going to be the time. Kelly O'Hara.
She's got it.
Kelly O'Hara, and she wins it in 28.75. Smashes the record, Joe.
I kind of had a feel about that. That's very impressive, though. Second place was Lauren Gallagher with a good swim, 31.2. And lane 5, Lauren Stahl was a scratch there. She's, one of the top butterflies in Gloucester County. It's a shame that she didn't have a chance to compete today.
Boys 15 to 18, 50 fly, 1. Dominic Lanciano, Greenfields, 2. Christopher Howey, Whitman Square, 3. Lewis Nicastro, Brookside, 4. Rob Rosinski, Greenwood Park, 5. Kyle Brown, Winona, 6. Sean Griffin, Raccoon Valley, and 7 is Ed Mossop of Gibbstown.
Rob Rosinski's going to be tough to beat, but if anybody can beat him, it's going to be Kyle Brown from Winona. Oh, what a great start for Kyle. Wow. Watch him go.
Kyle Brown in lane number 5 in the dark cap is in the lead, and you're right, he got off. He's just attacking the water right now. But Robzinski in 4 had a good turn, but it's still Kyle Brown in lane number 5. He's your leader. Robzinski trying to make up the ground in lane number 4, but nobody's going to beat Kyle Brown in lane number 5. He's your champion.
Wow.
Robzinski second, and Nicastro is third. Kyle Brown in a time of 26.65. Not far off from the record of 26.28.
He smoked that start. Absolutely smoked that start. Perfectly legal, perfectly clean, and he wanted that race. And, when Kyle wants something, it's hard to get in his way. I don't recommend it.
You called that, Joe. You saw that right away, right from the first 5 to 10 meters.
Well, I've been watching Kyle swim for a while. I have some notions of the toughness of his character. And that's no disrespect to Robbie Rapsinski, who's an outstanding swimmer, but Kyle's a real talent, and he's got a nose for the wall, and he just really wanted it today. And you could tell,
And before we get to the relays, we'll take another break here. We're at the Gloucester County Institute of Technology, the Gloucester County Swim Championships. We'll be back after this timeout.
The automotive industry needs 35,000 people annually to fill slots as automotive technicians. Starting salaries are about $30,000 a year. Master certified technicians are making more than $90,000 a year. This year, 25,000 students start their welding careers. The problem is twice as many are needed. Starting salaries are about $26,000 a year with a chance to make over $70,000. The Gloucester County Institute of Technology offers a comprehensive high school education with a focus on more than 15 career choices. GCIT, where the choice is yours.
And welcome back to the Gloucester County Swim Championships presented by the Gloucester County Educational Network and Comcast Cable. Marc Narducci along with Joe Pegues as we get into the relays, but Joe, you have some team scoring first.
Absolutely. We changed a little bit between breaststroke and butterfly. Right now, Greenwood Park's winning with 5:35. Second is Greenfield with 4:46. And Brookside is third, 4 points back with 4:42. And then Whitman Square is fourth with 4:05. Once you get the call for the next race, I'll give you the rest.
This is the girls 8 and under, 100 free, 1 Winona, 2 Peachwood, 3 Raccoon Valley, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Greenfield, 6 Brookside, 7 Whitman Square, and 8 is Gibbstown. Greenwood Park, your top seed in lane 4 by almost 4 seconds. Seed time of 1:15.37.
I believe they're the second seed in Tri-County right now. Very strong relay.
And Greenwood Park at the midway point will be having the lead.
Brooke Liberto is the leadoff swimmer. That was just Julia Peterson with a 17.2. Emily Shanks in the water. And right now it looks like Sarah Berg is pulling up on her for Greenfields.
Absolutely. Greenfield's in lane 5 with the dark blue cap, gaining a little bit, but Greenwood Park still holding the lead as we get to the final 25 meters.
18-7 for Shank, but Elise Sullivan's got to beat Emma Vessels here, and that's a tall task.
Greenfield's making a nice run of it, but it's Greenwood Park in the lead. Greenwood Park in lane number 4, pulling away, and Greenwood Park's going to be your Gloucester County champion. Greenwood second in a time of 1:15.45. The battle for third place in lane number 3 is Raccoon Valley, and it will be Raccoon Valley for third.
Emma Vessels just went 18-6 from a push. Without a dive, she still went under a 19. Those are 2 fast relays. Greenfields won a 17, and Greenwood Park won a 15-4.
Boys 8 and under, 100 freestyle, 1 Greenwood Park, 2 Peachwood, 3 Whitman Square, 4 Winona, 5 Greenfields, 6 Raccoon Valley, 7 Brookside, and 8 is Gibbstown. Winona, your top seed with a time of 1:27.80. Greenfield second at 1:28.51. I think the record is not in jeopardy of being broken. 1:13.20 in 1980 by Brookside. That is flying.
13, yeah, that's pretty fast. Winona's at 27. They'd have to drop 14 seconds today. I don't think that's going to happen. The 8 and unders are unpredictable, though, so you never know.
So really, what we heard when you gave the team scoring is...
it's really, the most excitement is between Brookside and Greenfields right now. As I said, they're 4 points apart.
Right.
Greenfields picked up 14 points. They were 10 down after breaststroke, and they're 4 up now. They just got second, and Brookside got 4th there. But Brookside's 13-14 and 15-18 boys are pretty strong, and I think their 11-12 boys are top seed. They got a very strong boys team.
And they're off. The 8 and under 100-meter freestyle relay. I'll tell you, lane 6 has gotten off to a nice start there. That's Raccoon Valley.
The top-seeded Winona team is Riley Roan, Jeremy Cowles, Ryan Stubbits, and Emmett Campbell. And their leadoff swimmer was a 20.07.
Actually, Raccoon Valley touched first, but Winona in lane number 4 has a slight lead. Coming on strong in lane number 5 is Greenfields, but it's Winona, which
yeah,
is
they're coming on strong.
Going to take the lead at the midway point, but a nice swim by Greenfields to really cut the gap.
Davey Atkinson right there, nice swim.
42.72 your time at the midway point for your leader, Winona. And Greenfields in lane number 5 is really making some noise, and so's the crowd behind us.
Ryan Stubbits is the Winona swimmer, and it looks like Edgar Chu will be the last swimmer for... ooh, goodness.
Greenfields in lane 5 with the slight lead by about a neck. It's Greenfields in 5.
Oh, it's going to be
Winona
close.
in 4. Winona now making a charge, but Greenfields in the lead by a neck. It's Greenfields in lane number 5.
As long as he doesn't breathe, he's going to be fine.
He's going to win. Winona finishing second. Now we have a nice battle for third in lane number 6 is Raccoon Valley, and they'll finish third.
19-4 for Edgar Chu there. Took a few too many breaths, but a strong swim. Great start there, holding off Emmett Campbell from Winona. And that's some nice points for Greenfields trying to hold on to second place. Brookside over in lane 7 got 5th.
Now we have the girls 9-10, 200 free relay. In 1 Winona, 2 Peachwood, 3 Brookside, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Greenfields, 6 Raccoon Valley, 7 Whitman Square, and 8 Gibbstown. And the record set by Greenfields in 99, 2:16.90. Greenwood Park, the top seed, about almost 10 seconds below that at 2:26.60.
That would be Erica Vance, Shannon McHugh, Caitlin Melchiana, and Aaron Malone.
And again, based on the seed times, Greenwood Park should be a pretty convincing winner in this. But again, getting off to a good start is Greenfields in 5, and also in lane number 8, Gibbstown.
Catherine Zane for Greenfields looks good out there in lane 3. Brookside, their 9 and 10 leadoff girl is Carrington Thompson. And the Gibbstown girl in lane 8. Oh, go ahead, Mark.
In lane number 5 is Greenfields as we're getting near the midway point, but now Greenwood Park has pulled ahead by a neck. So it's Greenwood Park at the midway point. 36:49 is the time. And now it's Greenfields in lane number 5 that has a slight edge.
Julianne Ardier's looking really strong. She had a great swim in that medley relay, if you remember, Mark.
It's Greenfields in 5, Greenwood Park in 4. It's Greenwood Park in 4 at the lead with 25 to go.
Great turn by Shannon McHugh from Greenwood Park.
Not 25 to go. Greenwood Park in lane number 4, pulling away.
Their leadoff is a 36-4. McHugh is coming in with a 34-7. Their 9 and 10 girls, by the way, are 4th in Tri-County. Wedgwood's first with a 220.5.
But Greenwood Park has pulled away. Greenfields trying to hang in there. Also in lane number 3, Brookside is in 3rd place.
Brookside's third swimmer looks very strong. That's Alexa Branco.
I'll tell you, Greenfields won't go away, and Greenfields is starting to make up a little bit of ground in lane number 5 with
Yes,
the
they
green
are.
cap. Greenfields has made up a lot of ground. Greenfields now in the lead. What a leg, what a 25 meters.
Emily Berg will be last for Greenfields.
Greenfields touches up in the lead.
Carissa Banks. And the anchor swimmer for Greenwood Park is Erin Malone. I bet you Erin's going to come back, but Emily Berg's got the lead right now. See if she can hold her off. It's going to be very close.
And it's Greenfields in the lead on the turn, and Brookside also making a run in lane number 3, but it's Greenfields in lane number 5 with 12 meters to go. It's Greenfields in 5, Greenwood Park in 4, Greenfields in 5. Nobody's going to catch Greenfields. There's your Gloucester County champion. Greenwood Park second and Brookside third.
Very impressive anchor leg for Emily Berg there. Erin Malone was a 34.5, but she didn't really pick up too much on Emily Berg. She might have been a little faster, probably 33.9 or so, but good swim. Nice relay for Greenfields. Maybe coming close to cementing that second place overall, although Brookside had a strong relay, and I think they just touched out, the pads didn't register Greenfields right. They have them 4th right now, but that's absolutely wrong.
Right.
So they were probably 228. But yeah, so Greenwood Park was second, and
don't go by those times.
Lane 1 did not win that relay. Unless we were paying absolutely no attention whatsoever. Did we miss that?
What an exciting race that time. Boys 9-10, 200 free relay. 1 Raccoon Valley, 2 Peachwood, 3 Greenwood Park, 4 Brookside, 5 Greenfields, 6 Whitman Square, 7 Gibbstown, and 8 Winona. Brookside, your top seed at 230-297. Greenfield second at 233-43.
All right, Brookside's foursome would be Ricky Sefrin, Gunnar Bergen, Jacob Chandler, and Tyler Saltiel. Leadoff for Greenfields would be Nick Baud, and leadoff for Greenwood Park out in lane 3, it would be one Sal Liberto.
And of course, Greenwood Park with Liberto has had an outstanding evening, an outstanding season. Will take the lead after the first 50. So Liberto got a pretty good lead there.
32-3 for Sal Liberto.
And Greenwood Park in lane number 3 has the lead. In 4, Brookside trying to make ground, but in second place is Greenfields in lane number 5.
All right, second swimmer should be Gunnar Bergen. Not sure who the Greenfield swimmer is. It might be Nick Lanciano.
Brookside in lane number 4 is starting to make some ground up, but Greenwood Park will be your leader at the midway point. 109.89 the time there.
All right, Timmy Edison's in the water now for Greenfields. And Jacob Chandler. But Greenwood Park swimmer is not strong here. The third swimmer is not a real strong one. That looks like Mikey Mercurio. But he's doing the best he can out there. He's still got the lead, but he's getting reeled in as we speak.
And Brookside has made up a lot of ground, just as you said, Joe. And Brookside is ready to take the lead. They're neck and neck. It's Brookside in the lead at the 3/4 mark. Wow, what a race by Brookside.
Tyler Saltiel is their anchor, and the anchor for Greenwood Park is Kyle Hill.
Brookside in lane 4 is pulled out in front.
It's going to be close for Greenwood Park and Greenfields for second.
Greenfields in lane number 5 is in third. Greenwood Park still second.
Brendan Davis is reeling him in, but it's going to be Brookside pretty comfortable.
As Brookside is pulled away, now coming on strong in lane number 5 is Greenfields in second place. But it's going to be Brookside, your Gloucester County champion. Greenfields in lane number 5 will be second, and Greenwood Park finishes third.
Yeah, Greenwood Park front-loaded their relay there. They put their fastest 2 kids first. But, it's a good strategy. You get that open water, and you do what you can with it. So, they had a nice relay drop. They got down to a 2:33, and their seed time was 2:36. So, that strategy paid off for them. Brookside just picked up some points there. So, we're going down the wire.
And by the way, they're finishing up the meet right now. And this is what's great about it. The crowd's still pumped up as Raccoon Valley finishes just ahead of Peachwood for the final 2 spots.
Maybe Perry will help you. Want Perry to help you?
So that'll bring the girls 11 and 12, 200 free relay. 1 is Peachwood, 2 Brookside, 3 Whitman Square, 4 Raccoon Valley, 5 Greenwood Park, 6 Greenfields, and 7 is Winona.
All right, the top-seeded Whitman Square team is Lauren Locavera, Brianna Shea, Stephanie Dickinson, and probably, Amanda Harvey. She was on the fold of the gigantic paper, sorry. Raccoon Valley's top seed?
Raccoon Valley in lane 4.
Okay, my fault. Let me give you the Raccoon Valley team. Read the program wrong. That's Loudermilk leading off. Katie Bennett, Kelly Alpa, and Cassie Ciampola.
Greenwood Park in lane number 5 is going to have the lead after the first 50 meters. Raccoon Valley second.
All right, Raccoon Valley's lead swimmer was a 30.8 or a 31.3. And Greenwood Park looks very strong right now. They're 11 and 12 girls, led off with Catherine Wood. She was a 30-point.
Greenwood Park in lane 5 in the green cap. Your leader as we get near the midway point.
Should be Erin Elliott in the water right now for Greenwood Park, followed by Lexi Misowitz.
Top-seeded Raccoon Valley second, but has made up some ground on Greenwood Park at the midway point. Greenwood Park at 102.28.
So she was a 32, and the second swimmer for Raccoon Valley was also a 32.5.
But Raccoon Valley's making up some serious ground right now.
Absolutely.
Greenwood Park will make the turn as we have 25 meters to go to the 3/4 mark. But Raccoon Valley has really made up some ground. And Raccoon Valley neck and neck with Greenwood Park. And Raccoon Valley now has slightly pulled ahead at the 3/4 mark. Raccoon Valley will have the lead. 50 meters to go. Raccoon Valley in lane 4, your leader. Greenwood Park in lane 5.
Erica Leibel should be the anchor for Greenwood Park, and I believe that's Carolyn Loudermilk right there for Raccoon Valley.
So Raccoon Valley with a strong third anchor leg, and now a stronger fourth one. Raccoon Valley is going to take this one home. The top seed, Raccoon Valley, will be your Gloucester County champion. Greenwood Park second. Whitman Square in lane number 3. Greenfields in lane number 6, battling for third, and it is Whitman Square.
Amanda Harvey was the anchor for Greenwood Park, and Haley Rodak was the anchor for Greenfields. And I guess that was Brookside in lane 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Brookside's last swimmer was Chelsea Siafi. That's a 30 flat for Loudermilk.
There's your winning time, 2:05.31. Not that far off the record of 2:04.71 set in 95 by Greenfield.
And now we'll begin the Greenwood Park show. I think they should win the last 5 relays pretty comfortably, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, now it's the boys 11 and 12, 200 free relay, 2 Raccoon Valley, 3 Peachwood, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Brookside, 6 Greenfields, and 7 Whitman Square.
Keep an eye on the races between Raccoon Valley and Whitman Square as well. They're pretty close together. They're only about 20 points apart. So, it's possible that there could be a switch for third place as well. Raccoon Valley's had a very impressive meet.
As you mentioned, Joe, the Greenwood Park is a top seed in these final 5 relays. And looking very strong as we get through the first 50, although Brookside staying neck and neck with Greenwood Park. Greenwood Park will take the slight lead after the first 50.
Brookside has a strong relay. If I'm not mistaken, they're top 8 in Tri-County. Greenwood Park's boys are 6th in Tri-County and Brookside's are 8th, so these guys should be tight the whole time. Their leadoff was a 30.9 for Greenwood Park. That was Brett Peterson. He handed off to Dylan McHugh. He's going to hand off to Gibson to Malone.
Greenwood Park had an almost 2-second better seed time than Brookside coming in. Greenwood Park at 2:10.50. And the Frogs have the lead at the midway point, 103.05. So it's a 2-team race right now. Greenwood Park and Brookside. Brookside in 5 with the red cap there, but Greenwood Park showing no signs of faltering.
Actually, here comes the Brookside swimmer right now. He's picking up some ground.
Brookside is picking up some ground, but it's still Greenwood Park. And Brookside's made some serious ground, almost even as they come to the final 50 meters. Greenwood Park in lane number 4 with the lead.
Brookside anchors Millay, and Greenwood Park's finishing with Pat Malone.
Greenwood Park still looking strong. Millay very tough in lane number 5, but probably had too much ground to overcome. And it's Greenwood Park. Greenwood Park is going to finish up here once again, the champion of Gloucester County, 2:07.15.
29.7 was their last swimmer unofficially. Greenfield's picking up some points here, though, pulling the 3rd when they were supposed to get 4th.
Now, Joe, if you go by the seed times of this next race, this should be a very close Greenwood Park, Whitman Square.
Absolutely,
duel.
and they match up very well in Tri-County as well. Greenwood Park is 1st in Tri-County, and Whitman Square is 2nd seed in Tri-County.
Wow.
So these are the top 2 teams in Tri-County we're looking at right here.
Girls, 13-14, 200 free relay, 2 Peachwood, 3 Brookside, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Whitman Square, 6 Greenfields, and 7 Raccoon Valley. The record 157.84, set 97 by Greenfields.
The relay should be Noonan, Torek, Eastman, and Castiglione for Whitman Square, and Greenwood Park's team is Misowitz, Alyssa McCourt, Erin McCourt, and Elise Blaschke.
Whitman Square with the blue had the slight lead, but Greenwood Park has pulled ahead and will touch just barely first after the first 50. But
nice leadoff legs. They were both 28.2 and 28.4. Noonan was 28.2, and Misowitz was 28.4. That's pretty impressive for 14-year-old girls.
Greenwood Park again barely touching first as we're coming to the midway point.
So it's McCourt's in the water, Alyssa, and she's going to hand off to her twin, Erin.
Greenwood.
28.6 for McCourt. And it looks like Greenwood Park's in command at this point.
Greenwood Park trying to pull away. Whitman Square in lane number 5, hanging in there, but it's Greenwood Park coming down as we get ready for the final 50 meters. Again, Greenwood Park seed time 2 minutes, .31. Whitman Square 2 minute, .58.
29.6 for Erin McCourt. This could be close.
I'll tell you, Whitman Square is making up some ground here in these 25 meters, but it's still Greenwood Park with the lead as we get to the final 25. It's Greenwood Park in 4. Whitman Square valiantly trying to stay in there, making a run in lane number 5. But it's Greenwood Park holding off Whitman Square. A late dash by Whitman Square, but Greenwood Park the champion.
Great race for 3rd right now as well. Watch him come in.
Greenfields in lane number 6 is battling for number 3. It's Greenfields in lane 6.
Great finish by Brianna Baud. Nice finish. She just touched her up by 6/100ths of a second. And that was a Greenfields Brookside duel right there. Greenfields just beat Brookside by 6/100ths of a second. If they end up winning by 3 points, that could have been it right there.
But Greenwood Park has not only won but set a Tri-County record, 155.40, breaking the mark of 157.84.
56.5 for Whitman Square is also outstanding. Those two relays will probably be in the middle 2 lanes in the Tri-County Swimming Championship.
And again, as we've seen before, Joe, Whitman Square also broke the Gloucester County record. Boys 13 to 14, 200 free relay, 1 Peachwood, 2 Greenfields, 3 Whitman Square, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Brookside, 6 Winona, and 7 Raccoon Valley.
The team of Billy Malone, Brendan McHugh, Chris Wall, and Mike Joyce should be pretty comfortable at this point.
Yeah,
they've already got the lead.
Greenwood Park in lane 4, a seed time of 152.03.
They should break 150. This group, first swimmers out of 28.0.
About 9 seconds better than anybody else in the field. The record 149.39, set by Greenwood Park, and that was last year.
They've got a shot at it. You have to break 150. Everybody has to average 27.5.
Greenwood Park, as we get to the midway point, very comfortably out in front. In second place, Brookside in 5, Whitman Square in 3, also hanging around there.
28.2. He handed off to Chris Wall.
56.54 at the midway point for Greenwood Park. And again, just racing against the clock. Again, this Greenwood Park team set the record, the Gloucester County record last year, coming to the 3/4 pole.
They're pretty safe. It's 29.6. Pretty good race right now between Brookside and Whitman Square there for second place.
Yeah, Whitman Square in lane number 3. In second place, Brookside in lane number 5 in third. But it's Greenwood Park going to be coasting to victory. The only question now is the time. As Greenwood Park coming to the finish line, the crowd cheering. There won't be a record, 151.43, but an outstanding job. And in lane number 3, Whitman Square will get second, Brookside in lane number 5 third. But what a job by Greenwood Park.
Nice finish here by Matt Kramer in lane 5. Timmy Corker's real tight. Let's see what gets.
Joe, again, there is a chance we could see a record in this next race. The girls,
there's an excellent chance.
15 to 18, 200 free relay, 1 Gibbstown, 2 Peachwood, 3 Brookside, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Greenfield, 6 Raccoon Valley, and 7 is Whitman Square.
It's only a 154. You want to put some money on this?
Greenfield set the record in 99, 154.37. Greenwood Park seed time, 155.17.
We're going Krieger, McCourt to O'Hara, and Mandy Krieger is smoking the field right now.
And Mandy Krieger.
I think that's Kerry Choplin leading off the Greenfields relay in lane 5.
There's Mandy in that well-recognizable yellow cap because it's been in the lead every time she's been swimming tonight.
Yeah, she kind of distinguishes herself. She's out at 28.0. That's plenty fast to break the record if everybody's going to go 28s.
I'll tell you what, doing a nice job is Greenfields in lane number 5.
Dana Romain's in the water right now, handing off to Julie Weitzel. And Cassie Krieger's now handing off to Megan McCord. Cassie went at 27.9 by my watch.
So Greenwood Park, again, as we've seen so often, racing against the clock.
It's a good swim by Julie Weitzel right now, hanging with Megan McCord. McCord's time is at 29.4. She handed off to Kelly O'Hara. Remember, she went 27.7 in the relay. They're 125 right now, so basically Kelly has to split a 29 to break the record. I think it's a pretty safe bet she's going to do that.
Joe's calling for a record as Greenwood Park is just continuing another impressive relay here. We've already set a number of records. Greenwood Park again coming up against the clock. 151.53. Not only breaks the record, Joe shatters it.
I had her 26.3 on the anchor leg. Not too shabby. To watch how deep she was on her start and her turn, but how she continued to go fast. You know, it's Kelly's got enough strength and a strong enough kick that she can ride that low in the water off her start and turn and still be able to come up raring to go. You know, 26.3 is probably a second faster than anybody else in the water at this point.
And Greenfield second, Brookside third, as you see the times there.
It's coming down to the wire between Greenfields and Brookside. They've been, you know, a place apart pretty much the whole time. So we'll have to wait for the final results. I'm not sure who's going to be second.
Well, here's the final race of the evening. Boys 15-18, 200 free relay, 1 Peachwood, 2 Raccoon Valley, 3 Whitman Square, 4 Greenwood Park, 5 Brookside, 6 Winona, and 7 Greenfield. Greenwood Park, again, according to seed time, should be a comfortable winner in this. 142.88 the time, the record 140.02.
That's going to be tough for them today, but they got a decent shot. Owen Black's our leadoff. He's out at 25.6.
Greenwood Park wanting to end this meet in style. I don't think there's any question the outcome. Frogs are about to win their 5th straight Gloucester County Championship.
Robbie Rapsinski's in the water. And he's given Bobby Sapienza some pretty open water, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Sapienza just again
25.3.
really swimming strong.
Brookside's a strong second right now. They're duking it out with Whitman Square, the Brady's. Here's the anchor. Oh, nice start. 24.9 for third swimmer for Greenwood Park. That should have been Sapienza.
So again, as we've said so often this evening, Greenwood Park trying to end this meet in style, looking to break it yet another record on a meet that has been owned by Greenwood Park.
It's going to be close. They're not going under.
Greenwood Park at 140.82, just shy of the record, but another victory for Greenwood Park.
Big anchor leg there for lane 6. That was probably, that was Kyle Brown on the anchor. He went in 4th and came out 3rd. But he reeled in Brookside, who got 4th there.
Whitman Square second, doing a nice job. And Joe, this was a very impressive performance. We expected Greenwood Park to be dominant, and the Frogs surely didn't disappoint anybody here tonight.
They just sent a message to the rest of Tri-County. You know, the last 2 days, they just showed they're for real and they mean business.
Yeah, beating Wedgwood first of all, and
they beat Wedgwood comfortably. They beat them, you know, by about 60 points, I think.
So the meet is over. We know Greenwood Park is the winner, but we'll get the final official scoring, and we'll be back right after this.
Helping our seniors lead healthy lifestyles is a priority for United Way. Each year, nearly 400 local seniors attend programs designed to encourage healthy living through exercise, community involvement, education, training, and volunteerism. Seniors are valued members of our community, and the United Way is dedicated to helping them live safe, healthy, and active lifestyles.
United Way of Gloucester County, neighbor helping neighbor.
And welcome back, Marc Narducci with Joe Pegues at the conclusion of the Gloucester County Swim Championship, the Peach Bowl from Gloucester County Institute of Technology. They're announcing now the champions, Joe, and there's no surprise. Greenwood Park with a total of 707 points, a dominating performance. we expected the Frogs to do this, and they didn't disappoint.
No, they picked up the momentum from winning A Division last night, and as I said yesterday, I think they're going to sleep well, but their job is not done. They're looking to win the whole thing. They want to win, the Triple Crown this year. They've won the A Division, and they've won Gloucester County, but I know for a fact that they are really, really trying to win all three. They want to. They've got the personnel. They've got the coaches, and I think they've got a darn good chance to do it.
707 points, and as we said at the top of the broadcast, one of the real storylines was going to be the second place finish, and it was as close as we thought it would be.
Absolutely. It was 4 points going into the relay, and Greenfields ended up picking up a couple more points in those relays, particularly winning the 9 and 10 girls was huge, I think, but also that last relay where Brookside was seated second and got fourth, and Greenfields was seated seventh and got sixth, so they were only 2 places apart. Brookside beat Greenfields by 10 seconds in the last relay, but they only beat them by 2 places. What was the final separation between the two teams?
Well, Greenfields had 591 points and Brookside 575. So they were neck and neck going out throughout. It was a great battle.
Absolutely. They picked up a couple more points, I guess 12 after the relays, and they also picked up 14 points in between breaststroke and the butterfly. So, I have to say Nancy's done a very nice job with this group this year, and, congratulations to Greenfields, and also congratulations to teams like Raccoon Valley, who really, I thought, showed some individual spunk and determination, had some great swims, some outstanding relays. I think they're really a team on the move.
Whitman Square was fourth at 525, Raccoon Valley 585, Winona 319, Peachwood 300, and Gibbstown 223. As we said, Greenfields 591, Brookside 575, and your winner, Greenwood Park 707. And you said, and you feel pretty confident that this Greenwood Park team, which beat Pheasant Run by 4 in a dual meet, can deliver another one against the Flyers in the Tri-County Championship.
I think the real key is that in a championship situation, you follow the team leadership. And not to say that Pheasant Run has weak leaders, but the best swimmers in Tri-County are swimming for Greenwood Park right now in the older age groups, and they will lead their younger kids along. Pheasant Run, their strongest kids are in their 8-numbers and their 9 and 10s, and you can't expect them to, be leading the cheers and bucking up the kids. Maybe somebody has a bad race and is upset. That's where the 15-18s and the 13-14s step up, and Greenwood Park has the cream of the crop right now. So that's part of the reason, I think, because they're so top-heavy, that they have an excellent opportunity to, as I said, finish the third leg of the Triple Crown. No Smarty Jones this time.
Well, I'll tell you, there'll be no lacking of drama when the Tri-County Swim Championships are right here at GCIT August 7th and August 8th, as a lot of people will be out to see whether that Greenwood Park Pheasant Run duel will materialize. You remember last year it was Pheasant Run winning and Greenwood Park finishing second. So as Joe said, Greenwood Park gets the second leg of the Triple Crown and will now go for 3 in under 2 weeks. Well, that wraps it up. Greenwood Park, the champion of the Gloucester County Swim Championships for the 5th consecutive year. For Joe Pegues, this is Marc Narducci saying thanks for watching and have a good evening, everybody.